everybody! Live from Asbury Park Stadium in Asbury Park, New Jersey, it's time for the A7FL Games of the Week, as it will be the Old Bridge Hawks taking on the Virginia Heathens. I'm Matt Ryan, and I am joined by, you know him, you love him, Big Rob Fabian. Rob, after a wild week one, we watched two teams that have a lot to prove in the Eastern Conference. One coming off a win, one coming off a loss, the Virginia Heathens and the Old Bridge Hawks. And Rob, when we take a look at this 1-0 Old Bridge Hawks team, something that a lot of people were expecting coming out of week one, but not the way they won. They did not expect a 197-yard effort from Delron Simmons, the impressive running back who made his Hawks debut this past Sunday, just blazing a streak down the field, and he might be able to do that today in the friendly confines of Asbury.
And it would be very interesting if he does. Can he do it twice, 2 weeks in a row? You know what I'm saying? Behind the play calling of Corey Hammond, a friend of the show, you know, you might have heard of him. I'm very interested to see what they do. And then it's another team, the Heathens team, that are really looking to prove themselves this week. You know, facing a tough team like the U week one isn't the way you want to go immediately. But then you see a guy like him. I'm just really excited to see what he does on week two. Was it just, a flash in the pan? Is this a one-time thing? Was it because of the team he was going against? Or is this really who he is? I think the Heathens attest that today.
And if you see Corey Hammond here thrown to Amir Chick Morris. And when you look at that offensive combination, the weapons that this Hawks team have, it's one of the fuller offenses in a very tight Eastern Conference. You have the Animals, the Patterson U, the Trenton BIC, all with top-tier quarterbacks and top-tier wide receivers and running backs. And the Hawks are making an argument to maybe be in the same league as the Baltimore Watchmen, a perennial championship contender. But here is the big X factor for the Heathens today. They
Captain America?
Captain America, Ryan Burrows. We see him last week against the Watchmen. One of the tougher teams to run against in the A7FL. They have Snag Sosa. They have big bodies and fast humans coming off the edge on that line. But right
there here, it is. There's the style. That rugby style of throwing it backwards and, keeping the ball moving that way. I'm very interested to see how that works.
And we've had the conversation for years here on the Games of the Week on our old podcast, The 3-on-1, whether or not a rugby player or a rugby style could take over and dominate the league. It will be the Heathens throwing the ball off. They are in their home Darks uniform. They're in black with a maroon trim, and it will be number 13 returning the ball. That's Ryan Rios returning the ball, and that will be number 8 throwing it off. Brunel throwing it off for the Heathens. It's the A7FL Games of the Week, live on A7FL.tv and internationally on DAZN. We're so glad you're spending your Sunday with us. Matt Ryan joined alongside Big Rob Fabian and rocking the gold silky. We're a big fan of the lavender silky here on the A7FL Games of the Week, and we'll see if the gold one can carry him as this ball's got to go on a fly to the 25. Rios gets it at the 14. Dances around at the 25, trying to give the Hawks great field position. They got him, and then some silky hair on number 22. I think that's Patrick Dean, as Corey Hammond and the Hawks make their walkout for the first time today.
And we got a couple of guys who weren't here last week. I'm pretty sure showing up this. If you guys look, that's Pedro with his beautiful. What is that? A mohawk? That's not a mohawk.
Mullet.
That's a mullet.
A mohawk.
Mohawk.
He's rocking the mohawk because he's a hawk, and that's a mullet.
And the story's going to be the same this week. If these guys could keep Corey upright for more than 0.5 seconds, Corey can really get something done with that ball.
And be a part of the conversation on social media at A7FL, everywhere. Use social media, and also in Locker Room Chat. Download the Locker Room Chat app now on your favorite app store, and hang out with us in the Locker Room Chat all day long on every platform. Our game coming up at 4 o'clock. You'll be able to catch it on Triller TV Plus, DAZN internationally, Fox Soul. And for more information, go to a7fl.com/watch. Corey Hammond Sends one man in motion. Delron Simmons at the bottom of your screen. They go to a big man screen, and he gets around one defender, and Delron Simmons, we call him Helado Jones, but that man ain't soft serve. Big play in the opening drive for the Hawks.
And it's Corey showing them, showing everyone like, hey, I'm still going to throw it to my running back. And that is his star running back. I was almost wondering where he was. I didn't notice he was lined up there. And there it is right there, a clean screen. And he makes this first guy miss. And I'm telling you, it's going to take more than one or two guys to take this guy down every time he touches the ball.
That was
phenomenal running. Good blocking, guys.
Great play by Delron Simmons. Loses the hat, but gains a first down. As you see in the A7FL, the clock continues to run with the exception of under 2 minutes in the second and fourth quarter. If the ball gets brought down, turned over, or thrown out of play, and right there, that little sweep attempt does not go for the Hawks. It will be second down.
And again, I'm not a fan of the play call whatsoever. That's the lightning combo from the Thunder and Lightning we saw last week. I just don't think that's a play that's designed for him to succeed. Immediately gets touched. He needs to be coming down. He needs a couple of steps on all the other players, all the defenders, and he probably gets to that edge with better blocking and a better play call.
Shout out to Trevor Narlock watching along in the chat. And thank you for joining us on this Sunday. You see Bobby Newman in the war paint, and also he will be on the line. 2 tight ends, both eligible. So watch for what happens there.
Very interesting having your running back play wide receiver. I think he's trying to set up some type of mismatch.
And it looks like we missed the play there. And it looks like that was a first down for the Hawks. Well, we'll try to get the replay on that.
They were giving a slow-mo Corey walks.
Yeah, we got a bit of the slow-mo Corey. But we'll try to. And here's the replay of that last play. Hammond just said leap it.
And
there's that dash of LaCorey Hammond. 12 tracked down by 12, and bit of a low tackle there. But Hammond gets enough for the first down, and they'll continue to run. Delron Simmons rips off another first down, and it takes 4 guys to bring that man down.
I said it earlier, Matt. I said it's going to take more than 1 or 2 guys. The first guy's not going to tackle this guy one-on-one. I can't wait till someone does it. Then I could give him kudos. But it just took 4 guys to stop Delron Simmons. He's looking real good, Matt. I don't know.
To quote my good friend Jimmy Papa, to paraphrase my good friend Jimmy Papa, don't step to Delron. Delron Simmons laying the hammer down. And the man who shares most of a name with a former WCW world champion trying to spine bust the defense here and provide protection for the Hawks offense. And there's that bing bong. And that one went to Bebo. The Bebo bing bong does not provide play. And it will be second down. Hammond trying to use a little bit of trickeration in this dancery, and right now it's not working, Rob.
And we're still jabbing. We're still jabbing. The defense is just trying to see how these guys like to line up. The offense is seeing, hey, what can work, what can't work, where they're strong, where they're weak. I'm noticing from the Heathens that there is a lot of pressure in that middle, but they over-pursue slightly, and that's how Simmons was able to get those yards he got off that run. But, again, this is the jab session. I'm looking for Corey to actually hit his tight end here if he doesn't run it with Simmons.
Simmons will set out wide. One man set to the left of Hammond. The snap. He launches this one to Delron Simmons, and Simmons gives up the GOAT, and that one will go out of play. That will be incomplete. Second down.
You think that was overthrown? I thought Simmons could have dove for that.
No, I think he lost track of the ball and just wasn't able to catch up to it.
Maybe that sunlight is a lot brighter than we think it is, and he lost it.
Shout out to our friend and yours, Mizzle2183 on a7fl.com/chat. That's a7fl.com/chat to hang out with us and our friends over at Locker Room Chat. The Beanie Bandit on the loose. Helado Jones, a.k.a. Delron Simmons, a.k.a. the Beanie Bandit. And that will be third down, pardon me, as we see Amir Morris step onto the field for the Hawks. And the man once known as the Malerm, that's Itch Dro at center. With the Mohawk, Hammond throws it. Morris can't get there, and it will be fourth down. Looking for a pass interference call. And number 12, Caesar Vaughn, a.k.a. Monkey Island, trying to say he's strapped up an A7FL all-time great. But
And
that one...
maybe Caesar watched the film and was like, nah, not on me, buddy. You're not doing that to me.
But they will go for it here on 4th and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Amir Morris got himself a couple of head taps last week and had the whole league going crazy. Asked if these guys watched film before.
And this might be a new team, but A7FL teams coming from the DMV have a long history. Hammond on 4th down. He's faced these DMV defenses before. Throws it deep. Intercepted. 12-12 violence. Caesar Vaughn welcomes you to Monkey Island. He finds the camera. Welcome to the games of the week. Oh, buddy, come on. That's 15 years ago. The gloves may be old, but the INT is new. Welcome to Monkey Island. Vaughn getting the INT. And the Heathens will go on offense. The pass there, you see, he called for the ball, but just great timing. He wasn't, and he got underneath it. Bebo was too far out, and it will be essentially a punt as we see Ryan Burrows looking like he is ready to knock on doors and gain your vote to be the handsomest man in the A7FL, showing off the arms. Let's see what this man, he calls himself Captain America. He's got Brunel set to his right. Man in motion. You see Burrows and the Hawks defense. You see Bobby Newman coming back.
The hair slicked and everything.
And let's talk about this Hawks defense real quick. Last week,
Big Angry upset me a little last week. He was able to get penetration, get downfield, get through the line, but was never able to seal the deal. That would have been, I think, at least 3 plays. That would have been big, huge plays if Big Angry would have just made the tackle or made the stop. And I'm hoping this week he figures out what the problem was and actually gets it done.
Well, let's see what Burrows can do. He has Brunel set to his right. One man in the slot. 9:02. 0-0 your score. 3 men up high off the screen. They'll drop down, try to catch him. He slips through the sideline.
Oh, my goodness.
He gets to, that's number 19, Earl Jenkins. Utilizing that cover in front of him, they smoke screen it to get the first down.
Oh, wow. Those guys, those are some big guys on the Heathens. If I'm not, they're getting downfield, they're blocking, they're moving their feet. Quick pass, and he makes the first guy miss, and then that's it. It's all blocks. Bad, right there. He steps out of bounds, but that's great. That's a great run from Earl Jenkins.
8:19 and counting, 1st and 10. Burrows. He'll keep it. He finds the seam. Gets to the 45. And that one, they try to take that ball there. It'll take 5 Hawks to get him down. And
buddy.
Big Rob. Roberto.
That's what I like. You know I like that right there.
Welcome to the A7FL.
Captain America. Hold on now.
Oh, say, can you see Ryan Burrows is Captain America? He proves it here. And shout out to the gentleman with the beautiful hair, Patrick Dean, helping on that one. 1st and 10 for the Heathens. Brunel will be met by the Hawks line. They'll toss it back to Burrows. Burrows will go around, and then he will be met by, and will toss it back. And the play will be dead. Play will be called dead.
That's that rugby style, keep the ball moving, even if you're hit. Energy that I think that the Heathens are trying to come with. It's going to end up costing them if it's a mistake, but man, oh man, does it make for an exciting play.
But that to me, what makes the A7FL style of football the most dynamic style of football in any level of the game. You have guys with rugby backgrounds. You have guys with high-level college backgrounds like Haas Dubois, who we'll see in our 4 o'clock game, played in the Orange Bowl, has played on Saturdays against Notre Dame in big situations. And then you have high-level flag players like David Tender, Kwani Morgan, and Manny Diaz in our 4 o'clock game. And then you have the grinders that you make up the Hawks and A7FL legends. The snap, pressure. Burrows will launch this one. And if you were questioning that man's arm, you've got to apologize after that one. Dean was not able to catch up to that laser beam, and it will be 3rd down.
Burrows reminds me of somebody, and I'm trying to put my finger on it. He played here. I got to see a little bit more before I say anything blasphemous. But I'm liking what I'm seeing from Burrows. The parted hair, you know what I'm saying, the chest out when you run. I'm liking what I see so far. And that arm strength is not a joke at all.
He is.
He sent that thing flying with a flick.
3rd and 18 after the kerfuffle on the little pass around. Burrows will keep it. He'll throw it to Brunell, and Brunell will have stone hands, my man, as L.J. Smith would like to say, and it will be 4th down.
That's rough, man. You can't, you got the interception. Shouts to Monkey Island for, picking Corey off. You got the interception. You put your team in a position to get the first score, to put the Hawks on their back foot, and you can't capitalize, unfortunately. So it's a 3 and out here, and they're gonna punt it. Give the Hawks another opportunity. Now, if Corey just corrects his mistake, which was not running his running back, and he went pass happy, he might have a chance to score on this tough Heathens defense.
This Heathens defense, and I think that's why they tried to go to the pass, try to mix things up a little bit, because the run game outside of Delron Simmons, and you don't want to run him into the ground. You don't want to Marshall Falk him.
11 carries, 190 yards. Let that man run. You got him on defense already. There he is right there.
But I feel like
you got him on everything.
Yeah, but that's why you don't want to run him too much this early. It's an early game. We've got 4:51 left to go in the first. But coming up at 4 o'clock, it will be the Animals taking on the Patterson U. We are live on the A7FL Games of the Week on A7FL.TV and internationally, exclusively on DAZN as the Heathens take on the Hawks. And we'll take a brief timeout, and when we return, the Hawks get the ball back. It's the A7FL Games of the Week. We're back live at Asbury Park Stadium in Asbury Park, New Jersey. I'm Matt Ryan, joined alongside Big Rob Fabian. It's the A7FL Games of the Week. The Virginia Heathens not able to score on offense. The Hawks looking on their second drive. Champs House is where you can get the official fan gear of the A7FL. Go now to a7flshop.com. Don't just watch the game, wear the game. Go to Champs House now. Scan the QR code right now or go to a7flshop.com. Wear the official merchandise of the A7FL. Maybe at some point you might see a Matt and Big Rob and Corey shirt on there. Just us just staring at you blankly. And a little bit of trickeration. The flag will be called, and false start on the offense. Corey Hammond trying to catch this defense lacking, trying to start on the right note, but it'll be false start on the offense. Ole Anderson will reset it to a 1st and 15.
And I'm not one to shy away from how I feel when what I'm watching. I don't think going for the pass is the good call right now. I just don't see it. With a running back like Simmons, I don't see why you're putting it all on you to get the ball out there. I feel like he should do exactly what he did last week.
He might see something in the secondary we may not know. The throw to Delron. That's to Bobby Newman.
That's Bobby Newman.
And he will get about 2 yards on that one. And this front five is bringing a lot of energy and bringing a lot of pressure to a veteran offensive line.
You may want
to spam the Delron button, Rob.
In my humble opinion, you don't pop the Bobby Newman and the chick throw this early. You wear him down a little bit with some thunder lightning, Corey runs, and then you start lighting it up. I think he did it a little backwards here.
Hammond with a man in motion. He hands it off. That's to Delron Simmons. Delron Simmons had his blocker in front of him, gets a slight gain on second down, and that is number 75, Carson Hood, the big dozer in on the tackle. Kason Hood, pardon me.
Phenomenal tackle. I mean, again, you have these guys warmed up. You had an opportunity to get them when they kind of were a little lax. They're kind of pinning their ears back right now because they know if he's back there, it's a run. But you didn't give them a chance. It's a great miss, great block on Bobby Newman, but everything collapsed, and these guys are warmed up. That's a big fella dropping on your, oh my goodness, Jesus Christ. That's a big guy, man.
And in Indiana and in Ohio right now, the Renegades lead the Octane 7-0. That's in the first. But Hammond on 3rd and 11. He launches this one deep right into the pocket. First down.
Go.
He keeps bouncing. He's not touched. He drops the shoulder and gets inside the 39. What a play from the Hawks offense.
He had two guys open running the same route. What miscommunication was that?
And that looked like Brandon Conyers on the reception.
Bad. Take a look at this play. Phenomenal blocking by the offensive line. And then Corey just threads it, but he got two guys wide open.
Just popped it. Popped open the can, took a sip, and got
untouched.
it first.
Untouched. Bam! Oh my goodness.
What?
He made him pay for that.
It's like, oh, you're gonna tackle me? I'm gonna make this worth it. Under 3 minutes now. Play action. Hammond, flag on the play. Thrown to the sideline. That'll hit the person holding the chains. That's rude. Second down, but we'll see what the flag is.
Yeah, we got to see what the flag is before I say anything. But again, I mean, Hammond's starting to use the play action. His line is blocking for him. Let's check it out.
Pedro, Bobby Newman, he's got guys up front who
know how to block in
this league. And it will be.
It's on the offense.
It's on the offense, so it'll be 1st and 15. Under 3 minutes left to go in this game. Back live here on the A7FL Games of the Week. Matt Ryan joined alongside Big Rob Fabian. Corey Hammond will join us at 4 o'clock on commentary for the Animals in the U. I'm going to love Corey's perspective on that quarterback matchup between Dave Tender and Quattrell Huffin. Play action. Double play action.
There you go.
Rolls out to his right.
Fake.
Hammond with the pump fake. The catch
Bobby
by
Newman.
And Newman cannot come up with this.
Bobby, shame. That's not good, Bobby. That's all on you, buddy.
We saw his reaction to that. He was not happy. He felt the hit from Jaquan Collins, number 0.
And they're chirping. And look at Corey looking like Corey from 2015. Take a look at this.
But watch
he
Collins.
Stays poised, pump fake.
You saw Collins find Newman, saw that he was open, and then caught up to him.
Wow. Okay. Bobby has to hold on to that ball, baby. That's that. Come on, Bobby.
Did he not know? I don't know if he knew Collins was there.
Hey, man, we're playing football.
I'll say this. The Heathens numbers, I'm a fan of the font. Hammond, 2nd down, the catch is made. And that was Amir Morris on the reception.
And Corey's getting the time that I'm always saying that if he'd do well. So now his receivers have an opportunity to make him look good by catching the ball. He's getting the time. So I see the vision. I guess that's why he wants to pass, because he's getting more than 0.5 seconds. But this Heathens defense is very stingy. He has to really find something to exploit.
And to point out, Rob's not saying 0.5 seconds as a joke. That
No,
was
serious.
the time from our
I'm dead
statistician
serious.
Cole Gardella. That was the time he had before to snap and throw the ball. Simmons in the backfield, 3rd and 10. Hammond gets around 2 defenders, can't stay up.
Oh my
That is
goodness.
not a flag, but that is
Simmons
certainly a
is
statement,
leveled.
as it will be 4th down. This young man, Jaquan Collins, has come to play football, Rob.
Crazy. Whoa. Collins is going crazy. He's been on everything. Look, take a look at the read. I mean, he's watching. Take a look at the step. We get to watch him the whole time.
He's spying Corey Hammond.
The whole time.
He's following Corey's eyes.
And
that
Corey
is
goes
nuts.
for the pitchy woo-woo. Slam on Simmons. Sit down, young man.
Got us going woo-woo.
Oh, that's a bad block from Corey's offensive lineman. He just lets him in. Lets him in. This.
You know what I love about being on live television, Rob? Knowing that we are on live television and people know that we're on live television and ask us for YouTube links. Go to a7fl.com/watch and watch that play from the defense there on 4th and 10. This Heathens defense is a problem, and so is that man, Jaquan Collins. We don't give out players of the week on this show, but right now, defensive player of the week is Jaquan Collins, but a flag on the Heathens, and the Hawks get new life.
This drive, I'll give it to Collins. Drive before, I'm giving it to Monkey Island. I mean, this defense is good. I'm maybe going against the U was a disadvantage for the Hawks because they really got to feel the intensity of a top tier team. So now they're out here against the Hawks, who aren't bad, but you got to do a little better than that.
And it will be, you see Bobby Newman, another flag on the play as they step up after the playoff.
My. But the Hawks are knocking on the door, Matt. They're not being denied either.
Snap the toss back. That's Delron Simmons. Delron Simmons won't get the first down, but he will make a play to end our first quarter. Defense has been the name of the game, and at the end of 15 minutes, it's the Heathens nothing, the Hawks nothing. We find out more on the other side of this. This is the A7FL Games of the Week. Hot. It's the start of the second quarter on the A7FL Games of the Week. I'm Matt Ryan, joined alongside Big Rob Fabian, and we are watching Corey Hammond and the Old Bridge Hawks. in a back-and-forth defensive battle with the Virginia Heathens. And Hammond got the ball after the penalty. And that was a first down. It'll be start the second quarter. Second down, Hammond to the end zone! Cannot get the chicken box! But what a defensive play and what a kip-up by the coverage man.
I'm really loving this is just a defensive game with two offenses that have the potential to be explosive. But watching these guys defensively really slow down, I'm guessing, Corey's offense. But there's a lot of flags as well. A lot of flags that are probably going to end up hurting them in the long run. But I am liking what I'm seeing from the Heathens defense. I do think Corey can make better play calls. I don't know where they're being overwhelmed that it has Corey making the calls that he's making, or he just feels that confident that he could just air these guys out.
I think he's trying to find a way to crack open the defense. He might be just trying to solve the puzzle and throwing everything he has at it. That I'm theorizing. It could be that, or he's just sensing something we don't see. Hammond, he gets him that time! Touchdown!
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what it was, Matt. Maybe it's like, maybe his receiver said, hey, I got him.
Like George Foreman against Michael Moorer, waiting for the right time to land the crushing blow. First points on the board come from the Hawks. 6-0 with 14:07 left in the half. Big play there by Corey Hammond and the Hawks offense. Let's take a look again, Rob.
Now, again, when we get back to this quarterback debate we're going to have in a week or two, after 3-4 solid games from each of these quarterbacks, Corey Hammond is going to make his case for being up there with some of the best. He has time in the pocket. He's able to get it to his receiver only way he can get it, and it's a touchdown. Same play, by the way. Nothing different. And just trusting his wide receiver.
Bebo coming in for the 2-point attempt. You can go for 2 or 1, and the flag will be... And we'll do this one again. Trying to understand what the call was there. But if you want to be a part of the conversation, go to a7fl.com/chat. That's a7fl.com/chat. False start on the offense. So they will now have to go for 2 from the 15.
And that's another thing. They still have Beppo back there. If anything, if they wanted to get something mixy going with Corey and Bebo. And I like that Bebo's willing to come in on these conversions and give this team a feel of a team that they have not played against. Great stat line for Corey Hammond, by the way.
5 for 10, 74 yards, an INT, and a tutty.
That sucks. The INT sucks, but...
Yeah, but that was a 4th down one, though. That, like, I don't know if we consider that a punt in this league. Bebo for 2. He'll roll out to his right. Bebo will just see the clear in front of him and run right into the Carolina Blue in the end zone. And a flag on the play.
Yikes, that's tough.
That is.
Pedro, I am proud of you. That is a phenomenal way to slap the defender's hands away and have him dropping to the floor. That was great, Pedro.
Bad.
That was great. No,
Bad
that was
defensive
great.
Lineman. Bad defensive lineman.
Great offensive lineman. Wow,
it's like when your cat gets on the china cabinet.
You know, as a lineman, like my eyes go straight there.
Yep.
Once I see how much time the quarterback has, and Pedro, he kind of gets beat. Or he lets the guy come in, the guy shoots his hands, he swats the hands down, that guy hits the floor.
Well, let's take a look.
Let's see what we got going on here.
We're going to run this one back. Now from the 25.
Time.
One of the longer 2-point attempts in A7FL history. Bebo just can probably run it back. He sees the end zone, and Bebo!
He will not be denied. What's the point of making him do it 3 times?
And he did it. It hits the Buff Bagwell double bicep on one knee. This Hawks offense vicious and delicious on the extra point, making it 8-0. And this Heathens defense might be in a position where they might be on their back foot now, Rob. They might have.
I mean, this is the way the score's supposed to be, if I'm being honest, but I don't know if the Heathens might be a little worn from all the toughness they showed in that first quarter to allow the score here. But are we seeing the veterans on the Hawks really flex their muscle and show where they can exploit certain weaknesses on a fairly young team?
You know what? It could be both. I find this as a great opportunity for the Heathens to step up. And if you want to step up and drop a comment, get a shout out, or just, let your thoughts be heard. Talk about the games, talk about us. Whether we're asked or not, go to a7fl.com/chat. That's a7fl.com/chat. Or use the QR code. Be a sweetie. Hang out with us in the chat right now. Matt Ryan and Big Rob Fabian here on the A7FL Games of the Week.
Troy Smith with the throw-off. You know he played quarterback once upon a time, right?
Yeah, and he's got the Corey Hammond jersey on, so in the A7FL video game, that gives you +5 arm strength, +5 accuracy, and +27 children.
I just need to see if Captain America can actually live up to his name and get something going. I mean, they need to get rolling on offense if they really want to beat these guys.
And that one will
He
be
lets
launched
that fly.
into the end zone.
Wow,
That's a live ball.
wow.
That is a live ball.
Oh,
He's in
man.
trouble. Brunell will get brought down at the 6 and almost gets pantsed. That gold silky turning into bronze really quickly as the portrait of the Virginia Heathens starting to turn Dorian Gray as the light shines on the Hawks here with 14:07 left in the half.
That +5 was very accurate, Matt. You weren't wrong about that. He launched that ball. Wow. And he had him fumbling and stumbling. This is great field position for the Hawks defense, where we're seeing that Burrows has the arm strength, has the leg power, but he's asking him to do it for almost 90 yards. So let's see if he can. Captain America, ladies and gentlemen.
And Rob, it only took 6 years for me to become Matstradamus. So, you know.
Matstradamus.
Burrows with big humans on that line. Montoya, number 27, a big human. And you got Williams, number 54, blocking on that right side. It will be 1st and 10. They have to go 94 yards to get within 2 points of the Hawks. Burrows, the screen on 1st down. They get it to Brunell, and the man who returned the ball will get them 2 yards closer. Oh, pardon me, that was another player. That will be 2nd down.
But the Hawks, again, have it contained. I'm not seeing enough.
Earl Jenkins on the reception.
I'm actually not seeing enough from the Virginia Heathens offense right now outside of what we know they can do, the explosiveness, the big runs from the quarterback. I'm not seeing enough to get them 94 yards down the field.
2nd and 7. Shout out to Joe Blair saying Montoya the Slender. The man not slender on the line, but trying to create slender light. And Burrows gets to the 17. That is Captain America bulldozing over number 13.
No, number 13 came down. He stuck him. I know it doesn't look like it. He stuck him. Oh, wow. He runs very high. So it's very easy to get one of those stick tackles where you're in perfect form and you just run through him. But because he runs so high, he can also run you over in that same perfect tackle form.
It turns into a 50-50 ball at that
point. Definitely a 50-50. I want to see them one-on-one.
1st and 10, 3 wide receivers in motion. That's Jenkins. They give it to him, and the jet sweep will get him past the 20 and slowly matriculating the ball downfield. They'll mark it out at the 23.
They're getting something going. They're getting something going. They're moving a little bit. If that's not Abdul, I'm losing my mind. That's Abdul's island. Are we serious?
Abdul's island.
Is that Abdul?
On the Hawks?
Former teammate, yeah.
Yeah, he's on the Hawks.
Wow. Shouts to Abdul. Haven't seen him in a long time.
This is a team filled up with a lot of the guys that we've wanted to see break out.
Right.
On various teams over the last couple of years, especially Amir Morse. But Ryan Burrows, you see him there. He'll keep it, toss it back. Risky play, but they will get to near the 25. They will count him out. That'll be 3rd down.
Who is number 13? Who is number 13? Listen, where's my rosters? Who is that?
Legend, that's usually Ryan Rios, but that is not Ryan Rios.
I don't know who that is, but that guy, I'm starting to understand why the Hawks have such a good defensive backcourt. Look at who's back there. That's Abdul.
And when you have Amir Morris, the record holder for picks in the playoffs, in your game, on your defense and on your offense, they have to rely heavily on Burrows here. It'll be 3rd and 2. Hawks feel like he might be coming. The throw, and that one is off the hands of Jenkins, and it will be 4th down So they tried to circumvent what everybody thought they were going to do, but now it'll be 4th and 2 with 10 and a half left to go in the half. And Rob, the Hawks have been answering the call in this second quarter.
I mean, if I'm being honest with you, the guys from the Hawks have seen a player like Burrows before. In Tim Tebow, I didn't really want to say it, a guy with insane arm strength.
And to make it clear to the viewers at home, not the Tim Tebow.
No, okay.
a person who had the nickname of Tim Tebow.
Right,
because
I'm sorry.
He had a similar skill set. 4th and 2. Burrows will
there
just keep it.
There it is.
Captain America.
You see?
We'll
you
meet
see what I'm
that
saying?
man again.
It's 50-50 because it looks like he runs him over, but he makes the tackle because of the way Burrows runs. He runs and falls forward. So if you stop his legs, he's still going to move forward. But if you can't stop his legs, he's going to run you clean over. That's a great tackle by number 13. Again, look at him. He reads it, and look at the form. Yeah, that's a great tackle. That's a great tackle. But Burrows, living up to his name, he has to do that right now in order for this team to get going.
On first down, Burrows will roll out to his right. He'll launch this one, and that will not meet Jenkins. That will meet the turf, and it will be 2nd down. The clock continuing to run here in the second quarter.
So my question is, can Burrows do that for 4 quarters straight? And someone has to step up and help. Someone has to be there. He needs at least one receiver or a running back to take the pressure off of him running, because all these guys have to do is pin their ears back on that D-line with their phenomenal secondary. Their secondary is pretty good. All they got to do is pin their ears back on the D-line and really box Burrows in, and he's in trouble. But, I don't know. Somebody has to help Burrows out here.
Maybe that young man with the Kentucky waterfall, the snap, the throw, and that one is over the head of Steven Morales, a.k.a. Momo, and that will be 3rd down. And it looks like this Heathens offense that was moving in the first quarter, they lost a little bit of momentum. They lost a bit of steam, 2 3-and-outs. And now on their 3rd drive, looking to try and bounce back, only down 8, the Hawks scoring on their last drive.
I mean, it's all on Burrows right now, man. He has to, but again, someone has to step up. But Burrows has to see that same opening he saw and sprint and go get his 15 yards on feet. But they have 4 on the line now to try to box him in.
And they have that one.
Take a look.
Burrows gets around. He was looking for someone to lateral it to, but he will just keep this one and get to the 45, and they will give him a 1st down.
It's there every play. But can he do that for 4 quarters?
We're going to see. It was effective against the Watchmen enough to where the game was competitive, but we've seen the thing that it ailed this Heathens offense in week 1, drop passes, not being able to pick that up. But we'll see here, Burrows, immediate pressure. 16 was coming right for him.
Look at that. Tackling too high. Excuse me, sir.
And then Big Angry again, not able to get a defender down. And there's the handoff to Brunel.
Oh, my. Ooh.
Like a jaguar, pouncing in a 10-yard run. It may not be the man in the yellow Scully, but the man in the goldenrod do-rag getting the 1st down. Brunel leading the charge for the Heathens.
And that's what I was asking for, at least one more person to take the pressure off of Burrows. If Brunel can step up and make those types of plays, now you have the defense having to play honest. You can't just cheat on Burrows, because Brunel could get a nice chunk of yards too if he gets free.
Watch Bobby Newman on the edge. They drop one more down. The handoff again. That's to Brunel. Brunel immediately met. Ball comes loose, and Bobby Newman comes up with it. But they will call him down by contact. Newman frustrated, but a big play by that Hawks defense and finding pressure and getting a tackler down, trying to slow down this defense. Let's watch again, Rob.
If I'm Burrows, I keep it here. I think it's everybody's kind of expecting it. Look at the way they all bite. If you pulled it there, Burrows is by himself.
Showing faith, trying to work it again, and the ball.
I don't know if the whistle was blown, but he definitely ripped it.
If the whistle came before, and it seems like it did, 6:10 left to go, 2nd and 11. Loss of 1 yard on that play. Burrows snaps, throws. That one is picked up, and will get to the 42 before taking out a play. That's Earl Jenkins on the reception.
That's actually Mitchell. That's actually Mitchell. Mitchell.
That's
Yeah,
James,
Mitchell caught
James Mitchell from the
James Mitchell.
team.
James Mitchell. He caught that, but it almost looked like the ball caught him. He couldn't really get a hand on it. Maybe gets a couple of more yards if he secures the pass quicker. But again, I need to see a couple more players step up to really help Burrows on this offense.
The snap, Burrows.
Oh my, boom.
Met, and then the Brunel, and he will be at the 40. They will get it a little further, but it will not get them the first down.
And again, it's the Hawks' tough defense. The Hawks are not. I didn't expect the Hawks to be this good defensively. I definitely saw the potential on offense. You see it everywhere. But on defense, with all this veteran presence, with guys like Abdul and number 13, if I could just figure out his name, who's not Rios, but plays like he's Rios, it's really, it looks good on them for this style of team that they're going against. Because all those guys can tackle, Matt. If you're afraid to tackle, you can't deal with a guy like Burrows.
And this might, against some teams last season, Burrows would have been a monster. I think some of the defenses consolidating this year and a lot more veteran guys playing together. Him against the BIC defense will be interesting.
That is.
Shut out and carry it on 4th and 6. Will that get him the first down? And there's a flag on the play. With 4:20 left to go through the thick fog and haze of this call. We'll see what happens. And that was on the Hawks defense.
On defense. I'm sorry. He's pointing at this way. Okay, it's definitely on the defense. Not good for the Hawks because I'm pretty sure that's like an automatic first down plus whatever he just got.
He got to the 39. He got to the first down marker. So they will move that up, and now the Heathens get
horse collar. Yikes.
Get a hot shot of help there.
And Chick Morris is frustrated. He knows what this means. He is an A7 multiple championship winner. He's been to so many championship games. I've seen him at least 2-3 times in the championship myself. He knows what that means.
Of 2018 and 2024, he might have played a role in the Final Four or the championship game every season.
Yeah, I can't lie, probably.
Burrows with a fresh set of 1st and 10.
Burrows is dangerous here.
The throw to the end zone, trying to match it, tipped up. Not letting that happen.
Abdul's Island saying, no, sir, no, sir. Another A7FL veteran. I was on championship teams with this guy. I know what he's capable of. He was much younger back then. A lot of learning he had to do. Right now, you're looking at a grown man who really understands his coverage and his positioning as a corner. And hopefully he can help bolster this secondary. They look good, Matt. I'm not going to lie. They look good.
This Hawks team is I think we saw in the top 7 this past week. They came in the 7th spot. After this week, they might be if they get the win here, they might be in the top 6. Depends on what Sigwood does, in my opinion. In motion, Burrows hands it off to Brunel. Brunel met by this defense. They'll get a couple of yards, get to inside the 15 at the 12-yard line, and it will be 3rd down.
And I hate to be the one to say it, but Burrows, I'm being honest with you, brother. It's you. You got to do it. No one else is going to be able to do it for you at this point right here. This is enough space for you. You're what, 15, not even 15. You're like 17 yards away. You can run that. You just tuck it and go. Find the seam and go. They're not going to be able to catch you immediately. You'll at least get the first down, and then you got to find a way to do it again. That's really all he's really doing, finding a spot for him to take off.
3rd and 8, 2:45. Burrows throws this one. Caught!
Rastaman flash.
Charles Sharp, the founder of the Heathens. For the first time on the Games of the Week, the Heathens hunt, and they find their freshly killed in the end zone. They praise the gods and make it 6-8. I don't know what strike a pose.
I don't know. Maybe, or don't box them in. I don't know. I love it.
Let your body move to the music and go with the flow.
Charles Sharp Jr. with the touchdown from Burrows, who I didn't think could throw a touchdown today.
And just comfortable in the pocket. Kind of led the throw a little bit. You see him kind of throw it like Derek Jeter. A little bit of a shortstop throw.
Right.
Not a full range of motion, but got the job done, got it to his guy, and now it's a 2-point game.
I know anybody and their mother that's watching Jordan Burroughs play, you know who he reminds you of. It's almost sickening. Like, it's turning my stomach a little bit.
The throw. Oh, Burroughs
here
will try
we
to
go.
keep it and
Here we
tie
go.
it up.
Boom,
He
here we
finds
go.
his way into the end zone. Captain America don't need no shield. He just needs the ball. 8-8.
I think he is the shield. Oh, my goodness.
And this is a close game. Two teams in the A7FL looking to build or rebuild their reputation. The Heathens in the biggest game to date of their 2-game lifespan. And last week was against the Watchmen, but here under the bright lights in Asbury Park, the proving ground of the A7FL, they are stepping to A7FL veterans. And we see here on the replay, Rob Burrows does not care. He saw the end zone. He saw the target. And we see here just pump fake, saw the opening.
It's such a dangerous style of quarterback. He's too big to, and his arm is too strong, and he's too big to actually hesitate in that pass or the tackle. He's oh man, I like this guy.
Shout out to our friends watching along on a7fl.com/chat. If you're watching right now and you're a content creator and you want to unlock your monetization capabilities, see what we're doing at a7fl.tv and sign up with Scene. That's SEEN. Go to a7fl.com and a7fl.tv to learn more. And this will be Amir Morris running this one back.
Oh no, that's
Ball's
Troy Smith.
Oh, that's Troy Smith, Mr. Incredible. I'm sorry. And that was a live ball, and the Heathens met him right there.
Now, that's another weapon for Corey, who wasn't in any of the previous offensive drives. But again, this is a war of attrition at this point. This is two defenses going against two offenses that I'm guessing is closer to their kryptonite than I thought. Corey is able to dial it up with the playmakers he has on offense to really get this Heathens defense that is very good on their back foot. And the Heathens offense is kind of doing the same thing to Corey's in the Hawks defense. He's wearing them out and allowing Burrows to kind of run all over the place. And because he has such great arm strength, you have to respect the throw. So, I mean, this is going to be a chess match today. I didn't expect that.
2.5 minutes left to go in our first half. Hammond on first down. The snap. Hammond rolls out. In trouble. Throws this one downfield. Cannot get. Looking for a flag.
Yeah, I saw a little contact.
Troy Smith looking for the call. Will not get it. Will be second down. The clock will continue to run up until the 2-minute warning.
I guess the refs didn't see it. But the dangerous part about having Bebo back there with him is Bebo is also a quarterback. So there's a chance that Corey hands it off to Bebo and turns into a blocker, and you get a tight end who's wide open, or Troy Smith who's ready to make a spectacular throw because his corner bit down on the fact that Bebo has the ball. That's a very dangerous combination that Corey has back there to play with.
And at the 2-minute warning, we'll take a brief timeout, and when we return, we'll wrap up this first half. It's the A7FL Games of the Week on a7fl.tv. Welcome back to the A7FL Games of the Week. After the 2-minute warning, we look back into the huddle as Corey Hammond and this veteran Hawks offense look to break the tie in this close and contentious matchup. This could play in the playoff seeding. This could play into a playoff spot. A big win here for the Heathens can upset the apple cart for the Hawks. It's a very tight regular season. We only got 7 games, 7 weeks to figure this out. Hammond throws this one to the sideline.
Lord, he lost the ball.
Ball loose. Comes out. Who comes up with it? Did it go out of play? They call stays with the Hawks. It went out of bounds. The hash mark is the out of bound marker, so the Hawks will keep it. The clock should stop. It's under 2 minutes. The ball went out of play, so the clock will reset. We'll have that set for you in a second. But watch there, Collins. Once again, he is spying what Corey Hammond does, trying to see what he can pull off, and then that quick throw underneath. Ball gets knocked out immediately. Great play by Isaiah Heathens, the Cowboy Gangster.
Phenomenal name, Cowboy Gangster. I won't be calling you that much, but that's a great name.
I feel like that's like an old boxing nickname.
Cowboy Gangster.
Isaiah the Cowboy Gangster Heathens.
What was Randy Orton's dad's wrestling name?
Bob Orton.
Okay, Cowboy Bob.
Jr., yeah.
Okay, here he comes.
Delron Simmons. Delron Simmons will not be broken. He will run free. He gets the first down. The clock will stop under a minute to go here in the first half. Gets pushed out of bounds, and the clock should stop here. They call for a dead ball. We'll have that clock reset, but it will be second down.
And the name of the game here, is don't allow the Hawks to score before the half. The Heathens get the ball after half, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes, the Hawks started with the ball.
Now,
the Heathens get it at half.
If the Hawks score here, it's still not the end of the world for the Heathens. But if I was the Heathens, I would much rather stop them in these 47 seconds than allow them to be up by 14 or 16 before we have to come back. It's a comeback game. Right now it's even. If they do score, now we have to score to tie up or get one on them. It's not really a good position to be in.
Simmons will be set up to the left of Hammond. Hopefully you're enjoying our show today. Hammond, he'll carry it. He gets brought down, and that will be with 40 seconds left.
Very poor read from Hammond. I don't like that read. He had a lot more time than he thought he did, and he rushed it.
Highlights from earlier. As we go back live to this last replay, this defensive pressure.
A lot more time that he did. Corey did that to himself. As an offensive lineman, if Corey did that to me, I'd be pissed. We're blocking these guys and they're closing you in. You step up, you step up into their tackle site.
Hammond might be the last play of the half. Cough the hands of the receiver. He gets hit after the play. No call, and it will stop the clock. It'll be third down.
We want this young man to shine so bad, but he's just not getting it done. Not getting it done at all.
Caesar Vaughn again taking him to Monkey Island.
Like, I want him to do well, but he's just not getting it done. He's either dropping it. Like, he caught the one nice one. He caught the other one and then dropped it. And then, man.
Not what you want if you're Corey Hammond in this Hawks offense, but they have 2 timeouts. The clock is reset to 4 seconds, though. So, not sure what they will be able to do aside from huck it, chuck it football. Hammond's going to have to put faith in his receivers or just let Delron Simmons go ISO Kobe.
I got to be honest.
We've seen it. We saw it last week.
We've definitely seen it, but Corey has been putting faith in his receivers. They haven't been coming through, especially this guy.
The snap, and there's the handoff to Delron Simmons. Simmons will find the seam, and he will run back, keep this alive. He runs around a little bit of that rugby play. Simmons cuts through, and he will end the half with an impressive run, but will not get what he wants. And it's getting chippy here in Asbury Park, as Simmons did not like the way that play ended. And at halftime, the energy is high, and so is the pressure, as both of these teams are looking to show up and show out. And we'll see what it's unsportsmanlike on the offense and on the defense. It's offsetting penalties,
Offsetting.
but that will be the end of your first half as things are getting hot here in Asbury Park. The wind is trying to cool things down, but the action has been defensive back and forth. When we return, we'll go over the first half stats and a whole lot more. It's the A7FL Games of the Week. It's 8-8 halftime after this. It's halftime here at the A7FL Games of the Week. 8-8 your scores. The Virginia Heathens are taking on the New Jersey Hawks. I'm Matt Ryan, joined alongside Big Rob Fabian. And Rob, so far, the name of the game has been defense. We've seen some offensive spurts so far, but it has been the coverage of both of these teams that have really told the story as we get ready to show you highlights from this game. But just initial thoughts as we prepare for the start of the second half.
The game is really coming down to the decision-making and playmaking ability of both quarterbacks. Corey, who has a lot of weapons, and he is utilizing them. It's not even a lot of the guys. The one gentleman who's wearing number 11 right there, he's actually not holding up his end of the deal. It's a lot of misplays and drop passes on his part. Some bad play calling from Corey as well. But, you're going to get that when you're dealing with a defense like the Heathens. This is bad on Corey, but it was on fourth down. You never want the INT, though. As far as Corey's offensive line, they're doing great. So it's going to be very difficult when we're dealing with Corey Hammond, who's not used to getting those kind of blocks. And then you got a guy like Burrows who can throw the ball. So guess what? You have to respect his arm. But outside of respecting his arm and the fact that his receivers could stretch the field, Burrows can take the ball. And ladies and gentlemen, he can go. That young man can go. Take a look. He's not falling on first contact. You're going to really have to get the team together to take this guy down. He's walking it in.
And after the trouble that the Hawks defense had last week against Keno Thomas, it was very interesting to see how they responded in this game to
a guy that's bigger.
Yeah, and trying to rely on the run a whole lot more. Hammond here threw this one deep downfield, and that was the biggest play of the first quarter for this Hawks team, and it would set up their first score.
Even there, like when he catches that pass, a better receiver doesn't fall there. And when he realizes he's not contacted, he takes off. Like he's just he's there, but he's not there. That's a great run over. That was fine. I love that. But he's just not getting over that initial hump that I need him to get over to be explosive. Play action, flag on the play.
And that's just showing how mean Corey Hammond can be with the football, just pegging that poor son.
But again, like the blocks are there. And again, even that one, that's a bad block. That's probably the worst block there. And oh man, that story, that young man right there has been just going crazy.
It has been a big day for Jaquan Collins.
Collins has been going insane. Him and Monkey Island are really popping out on this defense full of heathens, excuse me. They're going crazy right now, but this was bad. Just
right into the hip pocket.
So
bing, bang, bong.
You see his potential as a wide receiver. So when he messes up, it kind of gets to me. And Bebo just doing Bebo things.
On the extra point, the 2-pointer that took more yards than you would want. But Bebo just it, throwing up the double bicep. The young buck getting on the board, making it 8-0. But then this second quarter, the Heathens offense.
It started rough. Take a look at this.
It was a live ball. That was Brunel.
Mm-hmm. Great tackle again from number 13. I need to know who that guy is. And then here he goes. Mama, there go that man. 13 with the tackle again. He seems to be the only one that can actually take Burrows down one-on-one. But again, you got to ask him, do you want him to do that all game? That's him again. Number 13 has been one-on-one with Burrows. That's the story of this game. He lines it up with Burrows, no fear in him, head on the right side of the ball, great tackle to the thigh, like clean.
And only 47 rushing yards for the Heathens in the first half, 44 passing yards, 91 total, 82 pass yards for the Hawks. We saw in that big drive at the start of the second quarter. But there was a huge chunk of yards right there to Charles Sharp Jr., Rastaman Flash, the founder of this team. Only right, he scored the first tutty on the game of the week for the Heathens.
That's not the touchdown I expected the Heathens to have. No? So this, to me, makes the Heathens a little more dangerous. Like, he can get you. But then this is what I expected from the Heathens right here.
Burrows just finding that one seam.
I am the shield.
Just the ability to have that focus and know that they're not going to find a way to edge you out. Because I saw on that play, on one of the replays, we saw Pedro Bauzo try to cut off a seam or try to close a gap, but there was no one there up top to seal off the end zone. So
and that's what he's worried about.
Just finding the area and getting in there. 8-8 your score. We'll take a brief timeout, and when we return, we will set up for our second half. It's 8-8, a lot of football left. It's the A7FL Games of the Week. Heathens, Hawks, more after this. Guess what, people? It's time for the second half on the A7FL Games of the Week. Two of your favorite people, Matt Ryan and Big Rob Fabian, riding with you. And a shout-out to our staff, the Soberman boys, Zach Morgan, Cole Gardella, Ryan DePaul, and everybody in HQ. We're getting ready for the start of the second half, and we'll see the Virginia Heathens with the ball as they will
Whoa, hold on now.
He got a jocularity. He's got to do it again. He's got to throw it off again, and it will be number 19, Earl Jenkins, returning the ball this time. Or no, pardon me, it's James Mitchell.
Oh.
That's a live ball. That is a
live
ball.
That.
Mitchell's got to go get that. Luckily, it
this
is not in
good.
the fourth quarter because that would be a get-back scenario. Once again, the return team putting the Virginia Heathens in a pressure situation and brought down at the 40.
He turned nothing into something and actually got those guys to the 40. That's a phenomenal throw by Troy Smith. If he can get that going for the get-back rule, we might be looking at something crazy happening.
And in the fourth quarter, we have our own version of what you would consider to be the onside play. But watch this play again. This is a live ball. As soon as it clears the 25-yard line, it is a live ball. And Mitchell just waiting, and then
gotta get a little outside of that. Troy Smith playing it perfectly. Those two front guys just got yo-yoed until one of them got beat, and this young man was the one just gave up the edge. He was a little tired.
Burrows, who now set up to his left. Two wide receivers, one tight end. The toss, and he will run right through an open hole and gain about 4 on that play. It will be second down. And the chippiness that started in the first half continuing. Both of these teams playing each other tight. It is a New Jersey DMV game. It is one of those I-95 games to where if you're Virginia, you do not want to drive home and and travel all this way and walk out with your second loss of the season.
You got to think about it. If you're Virginia and you're the Octane, you got to realize when Corey gets on the mic, he's going to say he's 2-0, and I don't think anyone wants to hear a 2-0 Corey right now. You hated him when he lost. Just imagine if he's winning.
It's like that meme of Homer Simpson covered in gold and 80 feet tall. And the toss on the screen, Burrows, 5 for 11 so far, 44 yards. That'll make it 6-12. Sharp Jr. on the reception will make it third and about 4.
And this is very dangerous to get Burrow's arm going because once you have to start respecting these receivers and the fact that he'll throw it, that's when he'll run it. And it's a scary proposition because it hasn't been very easy to take him down. And as long as he's running away from Brandon, quote unquote, Rios, if that's him, there's a slim chance he gets taken down.
Two wide receivers. Mitchell at the bottom of your screen. Burrows.
Ooh.
What a toss! That's the Steven Morales. Morales getting heads up on that one. You got to have great reaction time and know that one's coming and catch that one.
And even the flick, it just shows how much power Captain America has. He is not missing the shield. He is the shield. You guys are in trouble.
And the ball, people always ask, since it's a white football, is it more like a rugby ball? No, it's the same
standard size
weight as a regular football.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering how Burrows is compensating for that on these tosses. Because it's a lighter ball.
It's a lighter ball, but he's flinging it. He's letting it fly.
I guess it's kind of like when you bowl with a 14-pound ball and you're using a 10 at a bowling alley. It's like, oh, this is way too light, but Burrow's not light.
Goodness.
That is, incomplete. Tried to get it to Patrick Dean.
A little bit too much super soldier serum on that one. He let that fly. That is a heck of an arm.
Yeah, he whipped that one. But
wow.
The clock will continue to run. It'll be second down.
If he gets a receiver that can really stretch out the field and go get that ball.
Well, that's what James Mitchell's supposed to be, but I think they need 1 to 2 more weapons to give them the opportunity they need to really open up this offense.
Because nobody's catching that pass. No defender is catching that pass. Nobody's playing that far back.
But now they have one guy up top. You can see on your screen. Mm-hmm. They have Momo. at tight end. And
Looking for that
Bebo
seam
at
to run. Looking
corner.
for that seam to run.
Burrows.
Looking for that seam to run.
He found the seam, and
Told
he's
you.
just dragging the defender across the turf like a child not wanting their parent to leave the first day of kindergarten. And he gets to around the 35-yard line and gets a 1st and 10, a fresh set of downs for the Heathens.
And he could ride that setup to the whole end of the game. It's like, hey, I'm going to throw. Hey, I'm going to throw. Hey, my running back will run. No, I'm running. And then but you have to respect it. He catches them when they're playing honest, because if they cheat and try to get him, that arm strength, that accuracy, even that ability to flick it the way he did, he's gonna get them. So you have to play honest and make sure someone's spying, someone good.
Morales considers himself eligible.
Burrows
throws this, caught!
You see?
And there it is, number 22, Patrick Dean.
And you can't even be mad at the secondary here. The secondary did a good job by not biting. If they bite, that's 6. If they bite on Burrows running, it's 6. But Burrows understands that. He's just keeping them honest with his legs and allowing his receivers, his legs are giving his receivers the time to get open. And he's seeing these guys and catching them. This is a much more developed game than what we saw in the first quarter.
If you're standing on the sidelines right now, Rob, what are the suggestions you're making? Because you're on the offensive line, you're noticing these details. How do you game plan against this? We'll answer that after this play. Burrows runs this one, tosses it back. Brunell will get out of play inside the 10.
Unfortunately, there's some sacrifices that would have to be made on my part. I am not a great defensive mind. I've just been on a couple of championship teams, with a couple of good defensive guys. With a few defensive minds that I've played with, I know they're going to tell you, hey, I don't give a – get him, tackle him. Corners, stay on your man. He'll have the spy. Whoever was the best to tackle him, which was number 13, Brandon, quote-unquote, Rios, we would have Brandon Rios as the only spy on him. Wherever he goes, you go. And they would probably send Brandon Rios because either way you cut it, I don't see – Burrows is dropping back and then running, but there's some plays where Burrows is just instantly snap and go. He sees the seam and just attacks it. So it would be best to bring your guy up, number 13, as that linebacker spy, and just keep an eye on him and tell your corners they are on an island by themselves. No help. You got to do what you got to do, and your D-line has to penetrate or force him to one side. Don't allow him to go on his comfortable throwing side. Force him to one. But we just saw him flick it on his bad side and get a nice roll throw on his good side. So I don't know.
And this feels like an alternate universe version of the game we're going to see at 4 o'clock between the Animals and the Patterson U, because you have a younger quarterback going up against a veteran quarterback, but the way that Quattrell Huffin and David Tender play are very similar. It feels like David Tender is the evolution of Sterry Codrington, of Quattrell Huffin, of that style of quarterback. Ryan Burrows feels like this weird intermingling of all those styles, plus a guy who doesn't mind being a pure pocket passer unless he has to.
I'm telling you, if I could just, I'm trying not to call him by his nickname to not confuse our first time watchers to think Timothy Tebow was a quarterback, but I just don't remember his real name. Once I get his real name, that's the comparison. We've seen a guy like this before, and he was just as dangerous back then as he is right now.
2nd down. Burrows on his bicycle. Big Angry gets him down, and that one's out of play. But Big Angry Garcia, who came up short on 3 separate occasions last week, he answered the call there on 2nd down, making it 3rd and 7.
Now, where I'm going to, I think Big Angry's going to think I'm angry with him. I'm going to criticize it a little bit. Rob Mead. There we go. Rob Mead is the quarterback. Timothy Tebow Mead was the quarterback that I'm comparing Burrows to. Very much the same guy, just in 2025, I'm guessing. But Big Angry, if that play is on the inside a little bit more, that's a touchdown. He has to bring him down, or at least chop the arms. He can't let him get that ball off.
The snap, Burrows. The throw, caught, touchdown. Dean from Burrows. The Heathens pillage and take the lead.
My goodness. And it's what I'm saying. They're so afraid of the run. they have to respect it. And it only takes that half a second to think he's going to run, to make that misstep, and that wide receiver to go wide open off of one step. It only takes one step, guys. One step. A phenomenal throw, great catch. And the Heathens are up.
The Heathens are up. It is.
And take a look. He's covered. He's covered here. But one step up, and look, he bites. That's it. That's all she wrote. That's all she wrote.
Into that pocket, and
that's Abdul. That's Abdul. Abdul is one of the better tacklers on the team. So when you see a guy like Burrows attempt to run, oh, goodness gracious.
Burrows loses the ball. It bounces right back up, trying to get another couple of points off the hands of Mitchell. And that one will be whistled dead. Bebopped and rock-steadied around. They may not get the championship points. That may come back to bite them. But right now, the Heathens have a 14-8 lead. And, folks, right now, if you are on the Hawks defense, you got to tape your ankles up. You got to be ready for anything that's being thrown at you. The same thing if you are an athlete of any age, any level. If you want professional athletic training services, head on over to our friends at Tape Me Up. Get taped up like a pro. Head to tapemeup.net. That's tapemeup.net. Or if you want to do the easy thing, scan the QR code on your screen and get taped up like a pro by Tape Me Up. 14-8 in the third quarter. Matt Ryan joined alongside Big Rob Fabian as we're live on A7FL TV and DAZN with our A7FL Games of the Week. And the Heathens nearly burning through half of the clock on the first drive of the second half, Rob. And now Corey Hammond playing with his back against the wall, something he knows how to do quite well. When you're down 6, you can feel that pressure.
I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't call being down 6 here playing with it because they're supposed to be down 6. Well, they're supposed to be down 8, but they didn't get the championship points. This is the Hawks' opportunity here to put that veteran hat on and score that 8 points that's necessary to keep them ahead.
And we saw last week against the Octane, the game was very close up until the closing moments of that one. So
there we go.
That one's a live ball. Bebo will pick it up. That one's in the end zone. And Bebo will just find what to do. He tries to get past Dean, and he will kneel down, and they will start from the 20.
Very dangerous play there. But maybe there's a lot of wind on that side because these guys are just launching them.
It's either that or they have one of the best throw-off teams in the league.
Asbury gets windy, man, and you guys did say it was cold.
From basically up until June, from September until June, the weather is weather in Asbury Park. I live in an area that is quite similar, and the weather here is absurd today. The wind, the weather. You know, I was walking my dog on the beach yesterday, and we got caught in a sandstorm.
Oh, yikes.
Not the techno one. That was later, but that was a whole other thing.
Okay. I like this offense. Okay. I don't know what just happened.
Timeout. I believe a timeout called.
I do like the offense that Corey's coming out with. I think for this third quarter and this fourth quarter should be a lot more of Simmons, at least to get these guys thinking, okay, Corey doesn't want to throw that much anymore. Simmons play action.
That's what set up their first score. They were building up, setting up to knock down. You have to walk an opponent like this down because that's what they're doing to your defense. There's 8:14 left to go in the third. They nearly worked they worked half of the quarter on one drive.
What a strange palindrome. 14-8.
Oh,
it's
wow.
8-14. Wow. Somebody might have to play those numbers.
All right, so I'm going to go to the quick check. Play lotto. Oh, you cut out. You're a little bit of technical difficulties with Rob's headset. We'll hopefully have that resolved in a second. And we've Yep, we got you now.
Yeah, I think I'm back. Yeah, I think that's Patrick Colburn's birthday, along with my sister.
Oh,
shouts to those two Leos. Shouts to you guys.
Yeah, August 14th, a pretty good day.
A pretty hot day.
Ugh. But the action is heating up. June 22nd, the A7FL Championship, and you can join us for all of those games every single week on the A7FL Games of the Week. Go to a7fl.com/watch to know how you can watch us live or on demand. Shout out to Fox Houston joining the A7FL family along with the Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network, DAZN, Fox Soul, Triller TV Plus, Fight 24/7, and of course A7FL.TV. And Matt Ryan here joined alongside Big Rob Fabian as these two teams, after the timeout, try to settle things with 8:14 left to go on the clock. The Hawks will walk back to the line as a safety. I'm not sure what just happened.
Wait, what?
We need to get communication from the field on what we just saw.
Whoa.
Because they just threw up the safety.
On the return.
On the return,
right?
It was a live ball, and he was recovered outside of the end zone, and it ended up in the end zone, so that is a safety. So the Hawks now have an 8-point lead and get the ball back.
That's bad.
Bebo's blunder makes it
that's bad.
16-8 with 8:14 left to go. What a play from the Heathens return team. We were talking about it, Rob.
Yeah.
It worked out in their benefit, and the Hawks now frustrated and flustered on the sideline as they talk with the officials here.
And they have to respect it because that is a good call. So now what ends up happening is the Heathens get the ball back, no?
Yeah, the Heathens would get the ball back on
That's rough. Now at this point, they might as well have scored the 2-point conversion and gave you an opportunity to get it back. But now you're giving the Heathens the ball after giving up the 2 points. Kind of worst case scenario. I'm not going to lie to you.
The man that has Hammond on the back of his jersey.
And that's very interesting.
Looking to fluster Corey Hammond.
So now the Hawks offense doesn't even get an opportunity to come back out. It's now Burrows with the momentum going into the half that gets to come back out with the momentum of just scoring again. So this is rough.
And that one will clear the 35.
Excuse me.
Finds the sideline. Finds the seam. Slip.
Wow.
Slide. Cannot get there. It's brought down at the 15.
Turf monster. Oh, my goodness.
Ugh.
When the monster from under your bed is real and trips you up while you're running the ball. Insanity. James Mitchell. Wow. I thought he had one. I was getting ready. I was clearing my throat for the bye. You know what I'm saying? I thought he had one.
I uncorked the slip slide. He didn't take it to the house, though.
That's right there. That's it. That's the one. Oh, my goodness. That's the one.
That is a play.
What happened? Was it number 12? Did he do it? No, he didn't. There it is. The shoestring. The shoestring.
That happened to me once in front of the Infinity Broadcasting Studios. I was carrying a full box, did a full front flip, ended up on my tuchus. Everything was okay. The equipment didn't break. That's the important part. And now the Heathens trying to break the scoreboard with an unlikely 8-point lead. After the return kerfuffle, the toss, that's to the outside. That will get the first down. That won't get the score. But another chunky yards there from Brunel, and it will be first down.
And I'm not going to lie to you, the red zone belongs to Burrows, man. It's only a matter of time before he decides, hey, I want to score now, and just runs it in. It's that easy for him in the red zone. He doesn't need that much. All he needs is the seam, and it's easy for him to grab an easy 10 to 15 yards on his feet.
And it gets the clock moving, Rob. That play off a scrimmage, the clock continues to run here. It'll only stop on the change of possession. Oof. And this is going to be a tough road right now for this Hawks defense. Down 8.
I'm looking for Burrows to use that shield and just walk right in there.
Burrows.
Yeah, Captain America, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, say can you see the Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. throwing it up and putting 6 more on the board.
Yeah, it's not even Rob Stradamus at this point. It's telegraphed. He wrote it on a piece of paper and said it. There's nothing else to do there. It's that easy for him within 20 yards going in. It's that easy.
It's the play call. It's the play call. That's your
easy.
First option. You have 4 chances. They'll go for, looks like 1 here. But Burrows is just swinging it. He knew he had the defensive end.
That's it. No one's going to be able to tackle. Even if you tackle him with the way he runs, he falls forward. He's going to fall forward 5-6 yards, and no one wants to tackle a guy moving like that head up, unless you're Ron Clark. But he's a manager now.
Yeah, he's GMing. He's making sure the Renegades get home safe from Indianapolis as they continue the lead. As I believe they're still up 27-0.
Yes, sir. 27-0.
Burrows going for two. Gets it to Brunell. Slide. 24-8 is your score.
Now, this is one of the most beautiful things about A7. Let's say you left at halftime and decided to go get a snack, and so I'll come back halfway through the third quarter. It's 8-8. It can't possibly get any crazier. And you come back and you're like, wait a second. It's 23-8. What happened? This is why you cannot leave. Have your snacks before game. Don't do this. Don't leave. You'll miss so much. Easy 2-point conversion there. They made it look too easy.
And
way too easy.
The Renegades advanced their score. It's 33-0 there, but this Heathens team having a coming out party. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the Hawks ball next. (24-8) your score, and folks, right now this Hawks return team is going to need Tape Me Up, and if you want to get taped up like a pro, let's take a look at this safety again. We look at it on the super slow-mo replay. He does leave the end zone. Once he leaves the end zone and goes back in, that will be a safety, and he just concedes. And a very odd situation, a very odd play that now makes it a 2-score lead. And Rob, not what you want right now if you're the Hawks team riding off of that win last week in Indianapolis. And this will be a live ball.
All right, Simmons.
Looking for redemption. Delron Simmons cuts around on the dead ball play. Delron Simmons gets to the 35, and it takes 2 men to bring him down. And
well, bring them down, they did. The Heathens are on a hot streak right now with the offense doing what they did, the special teams doing what they did. This defense is pumped.
But
they are
need
pumped.
To not let that, and as we take a look again at the Bebo blunder, but we go back to this play here from Delron Simmons, just that change of direction. I think if he keeps going, the guy in the do-rag right there, or the gentleman right there that plays in the tackle, 24.
24 was cooked. He needed that.
If Delron continued to his left, he might have gotten that guy lacking and been able to spin around. 1st and 10, Hammond with the ball for the first time in this second half, and they give it to Simmons, who will gain maybe a yard.
Now, again, heavy criticism. I don't like that. The way he's starting this drive with them being down 24-8 is, in my opinion, how he should have started the game. Because at this point now you're playing catch-up. You have to catch up. So I know you're trying to get the throw going, but these guys are not scared of Simmons running right now. Lightning's not striking twice 2 weeks in a row. He's not able to get the same explosive runs because he's not set up for them. So,
and to confirm, Bebo touched the ball on its initial descent, which made it a live ball, which set up for the safety. Thank you so much to Zach Morgan for sending that information along. And now on 2nd and 9, Hammond throws over the middle off the hands of the receiver, and it's 3rd down.
That's another thing. That gentleman right there, I know he got the first touchdown. I know he's been He's been very 50. We call it when you know you're missing half your shots, or more than half your shots. We call him 50s 50. To me, I'm not keeping him in. I'm bringing out Troy Smith. Amir Morris must be hurt. He has not been part of this game. Not much. He hasn't seen too much of the field. He's been on the sideline, mostly coaching guys up, but it has not been working. At number 11, he's not it right now. He's 250 to even keep going to him. Even if he has these corners beat, he's just not getting it done. He's making Corey waste throws.
It'll be 3rd and 9. Hammond and the Hawks down 2 scores. The Octane just scoring. Hammond! We see a bit of a jump here. That's bounced to Bebo after Hammond falls, but that's still a live ball. That's caught by
Pedro.
Malone. That's Pedro Bauzo, who gets to the 50 as they keep the drive alive for the Hawks. Show that Malone! The Malone is back. Bauzo letting it fly. It's true. You can find him on Twitch, but on that play, the reaction time was there, but they will call a flag, and all that work might be undone.
Oh, that would suck. That would definitely suck.
It's not what you want.
Being that it seems like the offensive line is breaking down a little bit. I mean, Corey still has time. He still gets it off. He still has time. The offensive line is breaking down. Bebo gets the ball. He's able to recover a bit, and Pedro's wide open. You see him right there. Wide open.
Just
gets that off. That's a great throw.
Able to throw it basically across his body, across the field.
And again, Pedro's not the fastest. He's more of a sure hands kind of guy. If he has number 11 speed, that might be 6, but I don't see guys like Troy Smith. Where is Troy? Where is Chick? Where are those guys that are supposed to help counterbalance Simmons and you know, Bebo? I don't see them right now.
They may have given a week off after the travel. They might have given themselves a bye.
Take a look at the coverage here.
3 wide.
Take a look at the offense here. 3rd and 19.
Corey has 2 on the line and just opens the door for number 0, Jaquan Collins, to pay him a visit one more time.
You can't, and Corey should know better than this. Even I, when I was on teams with Corey, yelled at him about having 2 on the line. Corey, that's not. You need the full offensive line to block for you. You cannot make, because Corey's responsible for Collins here. It's no one else. Corey's responsible to make one guy miss and get the play going. It's 3-on-3. So Corey putting himself in this position, it's all on him in the play call. That's not the offensive line's problem at that point.
They will throw it off here on 4th and 20. It'll be Bobby Newman throwing it off for the Hawks, and you can tell by his posture, Rob, this is not how he wanted this game to go.
Not at all. I mean, this is not how this game was going.
And they punt it off, throw it out of play, and it will be spotted where it lands.
Not a fan of the play call right now at all. Not a fan. Because you kind of put your back against the wall. You were relying on this throw. Last week you had 190 yards on the ground. Let's get creative. Let's start getting these guys going.
Head on over to tpg-sports.com. That's tpg-sports.com. If you or your team need athletic apparel, go to tpg-sports.com. Scan the QR code now. Matt Ryan joined alongside Big Rob Fabian for the A7FL Games of the Week, live on A7FL.tv and also on DAZN internationally outside of the United States. And right now, this Virginia Heathens team, they seized the momentum towards the end of the first half and then paid it off in full, working the clock down at the start of the third quarter, scoring once, and then getting a help from a safety and allowed them to get the ball back and put another 6 on the board. It's 24-8. Burrows.
There it
Burrows
is.
This one, that's to Momo. That's Morales. And that'll be a gain of almost 5. They'll give him maybe 4, and it will be 2nd down.
But again, that's all they need. Now the Hawks are trying to play a very dangerous game. Hey, let's pin our ears back and go get him. But that's what he wants. Because when he's going to keep passing the ball. These guys are catching it. And it doesn't have to be a huge play, but take a look. They're sending the house. A little bit of pressure, he lets it go. Gets there. Got to give a little better block than that, but great tackle by Simmons. But yeah, it's not. The Hawks are playing on their back foot bad right now.
Burrows 2nd and 5. He'll snap it, rolls out to his left. Burrows
Still gonna throw
launches
it.
this one.
Still gonna throw it. Excuse me, sir. Oh, hey, bye-bye.
In the end zone. Dean puts 6 on the board, much like his hair, silky smooth, and extends it for another 6.
Yikes. Ooh. I see you, White Lightning. Go ahead, do your thing. I see you. Do your thing, man. Looks like a L'Oreal commercial. Yikes.
Maybe
that is nasty.
Maybe it is Patrick Dean. 6 more on the board, putting up a 30-piece on the Hawks.
The mean bean, man. That was nasty work. See, the rollout, you got to step up because he can run it. But look, he just stays poised. He stays poised. The mean bean with the catch, and he goes, hey, buddy, nah, not today. You're not like that. Not that way either. Bye-bye.
See, usually it'd be a hustle, but since he's Dean, it's yaw! Hit him with the yaw!
And you seen a little shot. Listen, the mean Dean with the lightning feet. I like what I'm seeing from that guy.
And the Heathens having a feast here in Asbury Park.
Momo with the ball.
Momo, and that is caught, but
out of bounds.
That will be out of bounds. Mitchell not being able to get that one, but.
And Matt, I didn't wake up thinking this would be the score at all today.
I don't think anybody did.
Yikes! You would have lost money. You would have bet on the Hawks.
But there's 17:04 left. The football left to go, and we see here Burrows.
Again, he's such a running threat. You have to step up.
A star turn here today for him, and also Patrick Dean catching it back shoulder.
Huss. I'll give you one. Huss. Oh, man. And someone's saying, I like Corey, but come on, we need a new QB. Honestly, you need better play calling. If I'm being honest, it's better play calling.
If you want to be a part of the conversation, if you want to see highlights, if you want to see stuff from around the league, that's not just on the Games of the Week. Follow us across social media. Follow the A7FL on all your favorite social platforms. All you got to do is search A7FL, click the follow button, and be a part of the best and longest running spring football league, the A7FL. Matt Ryan joined alongside Big Rob Fabian. 2:04 left to go in our third quarter, as the Virginia Heathens lead over the Old Bridge Hawks 30-8. And now a return for the Hawks. That is a live ball. And now an opportunity to score on an untimed down. But sealing the gap, a solid return nonetheless.
Yeah, definitely a flag. Definitely a flag.
Will take the penance, as this young man has been showing out today on both sides of the ball, but you don't want to give them free yards, especially on an untimed down. But
but again, it's about the play calling. Corey, I agree with Los. Corey should never have 2 men on the line. That's a horrendous play call, and he has to recognize that, because the issue now is not here. This is a definite flag. Definite flag. He stepped out of bounds way before.
That's 5 ways. That's 5 types of illegal.
Yeah. Empty backfield, 3 down.
What can Hammond and the Hawks do here? After the penalty, they'll move up to the 45.
And Ryan Shamar just said, he told us that the Heathens weren't messing around. I believe you now, Mr. Shamar. I believe you.
I thought, keeping pace with the Watchmen, that these guys were going to be interesting to seam off the play on first down, first down after the penalty on first down. And a gain of about 2, it'll be 2nd and 8.
And I'm always using boxing analogies for A7, especially in the first quarter where 2 teams are feeling each other out. It appears to me that the Hawks are still jabbing while the Heathens are throwing haymakers.
I think the lack of Amir Morris has really made this offense rely way heavier on the run and not set up that counterpunch.
Oh, no, they've been relying on the pass.
Well, I mean, utilizing the run the way they did. And that throw by Hammond,
There it
wide
is.
open. Delron Simmons, slip slide.
Excuse
Nah,
me, sir.
son, you gotta do some push-ups. Head to the bench press. Don't step to Delron. Hilado Simmons with the tutty. Touchdown Hawks.
Man, oh man! Again, Corey has the time, so I don't understand why he can't make more passes like that. Somebody asked for a new quarter. It's not the quarterback right now. It's the play calling, and they love this Corey slow mo. Maybe they like his leg strides or something. But the game's far from over with a veteran team like this. But they need to have better play calling. These plays that they've been calling up until this point have been utter garbage. Garbage. 2 down on the line. We're motioning this guy. Hey, if my guy's better than your guy, beat him deep. Great blocking from the offensive line. You can't ask for better blocking than that. And look at Simmons by himself. Easy money.
And we
Bebo,
go for the extra
up
point.
top.
And off the hands of Bobby Newman, looking for a flag. Does not get one.
Yeah, he's not. Listen, Monkey Island has not been playing at all. He hasn't been playing that. Is that Monkey Island? I think that is. Yeah, he hasn't been playing nice at all. Caesar Vaughn has not been playing nice. We see you, sir. We see you. No fly zone.
Can we get a new comic book villain? Like, is it? Can we get like the Riddler, the Penguin, like Mr. Mixelplick, like something?
Mixelplick's all right. I mean, I don't know.
I'm not. I don't dislike the Joker. I just suffer from Joker fatigue.
Oh man, the Joker fatigue. He's a legend, man.
30-14 your score, and folks, if you want to rock the official gear of the A7FL, don't just watch the game, wear the game. Go to A7FLshop.com, get yourself a hat, get yourself a hoodie. It's still chilly outside, but you're gonna want to deal with that summer weather. Go to A7FLshop.com. Prepare now and get ready for the national championship on June 22nd, and get your gear. A7FLshop.com. And right now, the Heathens have been wrecking shop in their first visit to the sacred grounds of Asbury Park Stadium as they lead 30-14, as it will be Momo making his way. And shout out to Jaffos TV. The Heathens are looking solid. Captain America is ridiculous. And you can be a part of the conversation on a7fl.com/chat. That's a7fl.com/chat. And right now, the chat is about how the Heathens have found the momentum in this game and have taken hold of it. The Hawks trying to fight back after the score. It's an untimed down. Momo Mia!
Ooh. I like that. That was good, Matt. That was good.
Shout out Mauro Ranallo. I accidentally robbed from him. Didn't mean to, but we roll with it the same way Momo rolled on that play.
And the game with two teams like this, again, this was a much more competitive looking game in the first quarter. Oh, he had just bad intentions. No intentions to score. I just wanted to punish something. I get you, Momo. I get you. But again, right now, the Hawks, who did have something to stop Burrows, is slowed down. They haven't really been able to stop him. If they can get a stop here, we're looking at a much better. Okay, see, there we go.
That toss.
Huss.
To the bottom of your screen. Ball almost comes out, but that will extend it to the 43, and it will be second down.
So Burrows seems to have gotten his legs under him, no pun intended, and he's figured it out. Like, he's really figured out, hey, if I step up, they bite. So guys, just be ready.
Collins on the catch. The linebacker, Jaquan Collins, on the catch. And Rob, no technical difficulties. I was just, I stumbled all over you. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. I'm just trying to figure out what the Hawks can do to slow Burrows down. Right. It's not rocket science. Nothing he's doing is complicated.
The fourth quarter is going to be the biggest opportunity for them to really utilize the clock, utilize the get back if they're able to score again. They have all 3 timeouts, and that will be the end of our third quarter. 3 periods down, 15 minutes left to go here in Asbury Park, New Jersey. We'll take a brief timeout. When we return, we'll bring you the final frame, but we want you to be a part of the conversation. If you're watching, head to a7fl.com/chat. We'll see you in the chat, and we'll be back with your fourth quarter after this. We're back on the A7FL Games of the Week. It's the start of the fourth quarter. The Heathens have the ball and the lead 30-14. As Ryan Burroughs, Captain America, and co. tried to lock up their first victory as a team in the A7FL, but still have to deal with this Hawks defense and offense for 15 more minutes. Now 14-50. 2nd and 4. Burroughs in trouble. Might meet the ground for the first time today. Throws it up. Caught. Bang, bang, play. Gets to the other 40. And it's chippy again. Mitchell with the reception, and it will be first down.
They love that slow-mo. I'm telling you, man, it's really the same thing. The adjustments have to be made. If they're not made, and then I can't even give them the adjustments to make. It's about playing honest. If your guys can't make that tackle one-on-one and stop Burroughs in the backfield, you're going to have to deal with him popping it right over the line and giving it to a wide-open man for an easy one. Look at that.
Big angry misses. Again. Second week in a row.
It's always, yeah, man. It's always him. And look at that. Too easy. Too easy. Way too easy. It's not that the Hawks are even getting manhandled. He's such a threat at running. You have to pick your poison.
It's similar to the Sterry conundrum, to where
you know what? It's almost not, because Sterry he'll eliminate one of his styles. He'll just run all day or pass all day. Ooh.
Big angry, trying to get the ball out, not finish the tackle.
I mean, again, Sterry, it's hard to compare the two, because Sterry can throw every route in the route tree.
Yeah. With
the receivers he has and all that, and he can do it with his legs. But with this guy, it's no one wants to tackle him. Let's call it what it is. No one wants to tackle Captain America running full steam at you. No one wants to do that, and this is cool.
I would find it interesting to see what this team does against the animals, against the BIC. It gave the Watchmen a bit of trouble. 30-12 doesn't seem like a lot of trouble, but the Heathens here with the lead. 13 minutes to go. Burroughs just rips this one deep to Mitchell.
Oh my God! Yes!
Parked it.
Oh my God!
Parked it.
Wow!
Touchdown!
I thought he couldn't get. He went and got that thing. Wow! Wow! Hey, look, I said it in the chat. Cap is putting vibranium to, you know what I'm saying, right now. This is rough. This is rough.
And just that one safety in the middle of the third quarter changed the whole polarity of this game. The confidence on this play, right into Mitchell's pocket.
Wow.
Caught
and
that
they've been picking on Bebo. Let's be clear. Bebo's been the target the entire time. Let's just be clear. Look at the time he has in the pocket. Look at the respect they have for him. But he can throw. This is where he's still dangerous.
And that is where the weakness in the Hawks defense is being exposed. Without Amir Morris, without Troy Smith, once you extend the secondary, it is a long journey for this Hawks defense, because they can break that bow open. But the offense, when they've been on the field, Burroughs 14 for 22, 190 yards, 4 tutties combined.
Oh my, listen, he might really have some super soldier serum in his water bottle, man. They got to check that guy. Something's up with, Burroughs. Those numbers are insane right now. Oh my, and they're picking on Bebo, because Bebo's the only one that's over there that's not an actual corner. He's a specialty player.
And look at the offensive line play too.
Manhandle at the line, but they're scared. They actually
don't know. They need right now just one big turning point play. And the defense has not been there for them. They get the extra point. That's Momo on the quick turn play. We'll get the replay of that in a second. But
and again, when I've gone on teams and I'd have guys like Kenny Stansberry or Ant Live on the defense, telling the defense what to do. What would you rather? Would you rather your quarterback? Oh wow, Momo came from back there. Oh my God! Yes.
Momo Mia might be a thing.
Momo Mia.
Here he goes again. Yeah. My. There's 2 points for the Heathens.
Wow, yeah, that's tough. That's tough. But again, we talked about it, Matt. It's I don't know what they can do right now.
But I know what our fans can do. Unlock the next level of video monetization with the interactive AI engine from Scene. That's SEEN. Scan the QR code now and see what it can do for your business. And also head on over to A7FL.tv, unless you're already watching on A7FL.tv, because we hang out. Just make a sandwich. Get ready for the 4 o'clock game and ride with us here. We'll take a brief time out and we'll be back with our fourth quarter after this. Matt Ryan, Big Rob Fabian here on the A7FL Games of the Week. And Rob, we were talking during the break and just wanted to hear what your thoughts were as the Hawks return to get the ball back.
I mean, anybody watching the game, if you want to take the easy way out and say, "Oh, it's Corey," yeah, he's making a couple bad play calls as they throw it off here, and it's out of bounds, so there's going to be a dead ball run. Of course, you can easily say it's Corey's fault for calling the bad plays, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I know this game. I know how the players play. We're gonna be real. Whoever's calling that Hawks defense, you made your choice, and your choice is that your guys are afraid to tackle. Because if your guys weren't afraid to tackle, you would be sending the house to get that young man Burrows to run. If Burrows is, I'd rather Burrows run for 4 quarters straight than have to deal with that monstrous arm that's throwing 60-yard bombs with a flick of the wrist. So clearly, whoever's running that defense on the Hawk shows nonviolence and is allowing that young man to stay back there with all the time in the world and is letting him launch it for touchdowns. Like with no one even testing him, force that man to run. Make him run.
And it will be a dead ball run after the throw. And it seems like Amir Morris might be hurt.
Has to be hurt. Has to be.
Renegades are 1-1. The Octane fall to 0-2. In our first A7FL game of the week to conclude, we are on the A7FL Games of the Week. And now an opportunity for the Hawks. He's met and brought down. That is number 20 on the tackle. That's Roman Miller, a.k.a. Rome. And he would not let that Hawks returner roam past the 50. But a solid return on the dead ball run as Hammond and company on first down look to bounce back here with a lot of time left to play. And if they can utilize the get-back rule to their advantage, stop the returner on behind the 20, that's what they're going to need here to try to claw back and soar above the Heathens, who lead 38-14. The clock's starting to run, Rob.
And it's honestly, they have to look for mismatches. And right now, they keep putting number 11 out there. He's so 50. I don't know whether he's going to do good or do bad. I can't even tell. Troy Smith at the top of your screen. Simmons there for the block. Oh, my goodness. What is that? What miscommunication? Troy came back and turned around. The ball is still flying 4 yards over his head. What is happening?
And player down on the field. Corey Hammond down on the field.
Oh, my goodness. You hate to see it. You hate to see it.
He's down. And I'm not – it looks like it might be his
knee or thigh or something.
Might have caught a cramp. Let's see here on the replay.
Yeah, I thought he got the ball off in time to not get hit. So what got him? How did he get hurt? Turf toe? Yeah, how?
Well, we'll see here on the full 50. Oh, that is a
they fell. They fell into him.
Oh no.
They fell into him. They fell into him. You see it right before the camera pans out. He jumps over his man to avoid falling on his man. And look, he falls into Corey's leg. Yikes. Oh, yikes. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Corey's getting up. Well, Corey's able to sit up at the very least. And he will get back up, and Corey Hammond, one of the toughest people we know, he'll walk this off.
And come back.
Yeah. And good to see Corey walk this one off and make his way off the field. It looks like he got the wind knocked out of him. He seems okay. He talks with the staff.
Even if he wasn't, he would even tell us. Yeah. Corey would stay right in. Yeah, he's limping a little bit. You got to take a couple plays off. Yeah. Get him out of here.
Walk to the sideline. You see Corey Hammond. One of the. You could say what you want about Corey Hammond, and Lord knows people do, but he is one of the grittiest guys in this league, and not what you want to see when someone gets hurt, or see anybody get hurt.
Somebody in the chat goes, "Get up, Meek Mill voice." I couldn't even contain myself with that one.
Now in at quarterback. He started week 1 last season for the Animals. And they'll hand off to Delron Simmons, and Delron Simmons will find some daylight, hit the B button, and get further ahead and gain about 4 on the play. Let's see where they mark it. It will be 3rd down.
Very different offense with Bebo in, very different play calling. But again, at this point, the Heathens are so hopped up. Even if they can get a score out of here, the defense would now have to try to, piggyback off that momentum that Bebo's going to give the offense here. It's going to be a little bit faster if the defense can capitalize. If Bebo can score here and the defense can capitalize, then they're still in this game.
The snap. Bebo on 3rd and 7. Launches this one, intercepted. And the play calling again, or the route running again, costing the Virginia Heathens. That is Anthony Holbert on the interception.
That was a nasty wobble throw. Don't know what Bebo was thinking there. I feel like he had a lot of space to run. He has the speed.
And he's got Newman right there in the
hitch. But he has the speed to run.
He tracked it,
he underthrew it.
Into the zone.
He underthrew it. Right. That's nasty. He definitely underthrew it.
Had it in his pocket and took it.
He definitely underthrew it. Okay.
And it looks like that was incomplete. Ball hit
Newman
the
is
ground.
getting frustrated.
So it'll be 4th and 7.
Good blocking.
Bebo
throws
nice. That's to Delron Simmons. Delron Simmons looking to make something out of nothing. A touchback. Slide, find the daylight. Touchdown, Hawks.
Okay, like I said, it's a much faster, much more electrifying team with Bebo at quarterback. The plays are going to be a little bit more unorthodox. Corey is very textbook in how he draws things up, so almost to a fault sometimes. But Bebo is, hey, whatever looks open, whatever works, we can go. And because he can move in the pocket a little bit, they must respect Bebo running now. Good blocking from the offensive line. Wow, pancake central. And that's it right there. And Simmons just sees the line and let that man go crazy. Look at that. Unhand me, sir. This is not flag. Excuse me.
Ooh.
You two. Us. Ugh.
Sees the
And
opening.
he sees his teammate. Yeah, there it is.
A little high on the pitchy, but no woo.
But he got it.
6 points on the board. Bebo win 38-20. Looking to make this a little bit closer.
There it is. There it is. Come
back.
Come back.
Bebo
Wow.
on roller skates throws it, and that
terrible. But that was
all
right.
sizzle,
Okay.
no steak. But they get the 6 on the board. 38-20 your score, as it is an 18-point game now. But Rob, for the first time today, we will see the get-back rule in effect on the games of the week, as we are here at Asbury Park Stadium. And folks, get professional athletic training services for athletes of all sports and ages. Go to tapemeup.net. That's tapemeup.net, or scan the QR code now. One of the official sponsors of the A7FL.
And again, all we have to do, I mean, if the special teams for the Hawks can do something here, we're really, really talking about something interesting. But I'm looking for the Hawks defense to just ride this momentum train that Bebo just gave them, that I talked about right before he did it. If they can ride this momentum to get a stop and allow Bebo another opportunity on an offense to get a quick score, we're definitely looking at a completely different game.
10:18 left to go. This will be an untimed down. Dean, who's got a touchdown in this game so far today, was the second to last score for the Heathens. Before that, Burrows-Mitchell meet up to make it 38.
I think Troy Smith should be throwing this. He has the best throws right now.
Well, they have Delron Simmons out there. Remember, you have to get him. You have to get him under the 20-yard line. This
my goodness!
Bounce. That is a dead ball. That goes past the 35. It's a live ball. It's a live ball, and it's picked up. That went past the 35-yard line. That's the Hawks. The Hawks should get the ball there because it went past the 35 and it bounced forward. That should not be a dead ball. That should.
Wait a second. Whoa! Yeah, what's happening here? What's going on? They're going to figure it out.
It goes off 25 yards on the fly. It goes past the 35-yard line.
And he kind of just stares at it.
That was a live ball. So technically,
we're looking at,
is it a dead ball run? We're trying to get confirmation.
How is it a dead ball run? And
will slip,
bye. I mean,
touchdown Heathens.
Mean Dean.
It's got to go past the 25. Apologies, the 25.
Oh yeah, I thought it did. Oh yeah, the mean Dean is going insane right now. Yeah, now you know.
Got to go 35 yards on the fly to the 25, not 25 to the 35.
Has to go to the 25. Mean Dean with just one lightning. One move is insane. One move, and he's gone.
And pointing at them before he reaches the 40.
Come get me. Mean Dean. I like it.
And then just
the Heathens, man.
Toddler dances into the end zone.
The Mean Dean. Deuce. Mean Dean. I like it. The energy from this Heathens team is insane.
It's infectious. It's an infectious energy, and they have rampaged and pillaged. As Dad Cap Jones will come on out. That's Burrows. The snap. Captain America in the cap.
Ugh.
Throws to the end zone. And
my God.
That's Dean again. Gets the tutty, gets the two-pointer.
What? There are some superstars in this league so far. Like, these guys are popping off on the screen. You don't even have to pay attention to you can't miss them. Like, you literally can't miss them. Oh, my goodness. He puts the dad cap on. Yikes.
Because they right now are Papa on that Asbury Park field, the proving ground of the A7FL, the home of some of the biggest moments.
Ugh.
Rob, right now, this secondary of the Hawks has bent at the will of the Virginia Heathens. But if you need custom uniforms or if athletic apparel for all sports and ages, go to tpg-sports.com. That's tpg-sports.com. or scan the QR code now. Bobby Newman set to return for the Hawks.
Listen, man, Captain America, man, he's doing it. He's putting vibranium in the butt cheeks right now. I don't know. This looks bad. Burrows looks amazing, and I know that stat line is crazy.
I think the missing pieces, the inability to get this game moving and get the momentum they want. The Hawks started good, but they got left in neutral, not able to unleash Delron Simmons, and now Bobby Newman on an untimed down, looking to get some of this frustration out as the multi-year A7FL veteran. And the leader of the Hawks would get past the 25.
It's rough because, again, like you were mentioning earlier, Matt, without Chick, without Troy, the Hawks look pretty human. Like, still a competitive team in the first half, but in that second half, it really started to show when you're looking for.
I think that first drive and the ability that the Heathens had to extend the clock and just drain any opportunity off the screen. Runs down the sideline, will get out of play at the 38. The clock will run as we are now under the 10-minute mark. Clock will run until the 2-minute warning.
And again, it's really about Bebo's speed is different from Corey. So, again, it's a completely different offense here. It's not the same. Adjustments have to be made. Wow, nice quick handoff. Quick handoff to Simmons. See, Bebo's ready to go. They weren't ready.
They're trying to change the pacing and the momentum, trying to shift it, just get any kind of advantage.
Jeez.
Big block there.
And again, that's actually Bebo's style. It's not like he's forcing anything either.
No, this is how he played for the Animals last year. Throws this one
my.
deep, caught!
Whoa!
Well, they call it inbounds. It looks like they will, and it will be first down for the Hawks as Bebo, with this no-huddle offense, trying to make something happen. Maybe a little bit of schoolyard ball to break the Heathens from the.
No, I mean, Bebo's making the call. Like, Bebo sees it. He's making the calls. He's trusting his receivers to catch the pass. I mean, he just
fakes the toss.
There it is.
Bebo in trouble.
Oh, my Lord.
Gets the ankles of the defender.
Goodness.
Bebo throws it across his body. Off the hands of the receiver.
Gotta catch that,
one will be incomplete. Second down. The clock will still run.
Gotta catch that. Bebo made somebody touch earth and start tying his shoes. That is nasty. Wow.
He's gonna have to.
But again, that's the
shoelaces.
Right. That's the advantages of having a quarterback that can move that way. You know, but again, that's a good throw, man. Even better catch. I mean, again, this guy's so 50. I don't know if he's gonna catch that or not. I don't know if he's gonna catch it or not. But when he does, look how amazing he looks.
Second down, 8:05 left to go in regulation.
Bobby
the handoff to Delron Simmons. Simmons finds the hole and play will be called dead. Simmons moving the ball downfield.
Could have been doing that all first quarter. You just have to set it up for him. He runs a certain way. That cutback lane is wide open if everyone's biting.
They were trying in that first quarter. They just were not able to get him there to throw, and that is out of reach of Simmons.
I think Corey was
calling. Nick Houghton calls himself the Rooster. Throwing on that one.
I think Corey was calling a lot. Again, it's play calling. Corey was calling a lot of bad plays, in my opinion. Didn't set it up to have the blockers back there. It didn't look like last week whatsoever.
And I think losing that safety of having Amir Morris there, injury, if he's injured, may not be the best option here to have him this week. But
oh my goodness, that's nasty. Oh, Momo.
And he stays upright as Momo goes goes right on the shoulders for that tackle.
Trust in that pocket, and I refuse to let the Hawks offensive line take any criticism. Trusting that pocket, the Hawks completely washed the outside defenders. No contain. Bebo is one-on-one with a guy that weighs as much as me. There's nothing he can do.
It's just the factory reset the Hawks needed. They changed the complete game plan because of the quarterback, and now this Heathens defense is on its
pay attention, young man.
He caught it, and gets a slight gain. It'll be second down.
Chick is in.
Amir Morris finally making an appearance this afternoon.
What's going on?
Flag on the play.
Kenyetta's out. Kenyetta's been out all game as well.
And we take a look at the replay and
really quick. I thought that young man was not going to turn around, get his head around quick enough. Momo with the tackle. Momo's been saving a lot of plays.
That was a big defense. Steven Morales has been a key player for this Virginia Heathens defense so far today. Newman will consider himself eligible.
Let's see. I still think this is an easy score for Bebo if he runs it the right way.
He sees that left side, makes it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Caught, touchdown, Hawks.
And it's Amir Chick Morris. Where was he?
And you see him limping. And you see Amir Chick Morris limping. He might have gotten the car and said, you know what? Nah, this is not happening. 10 yards, one tackle. Amir Morris stepping in.
He might have heard you do the tape me up read and taped himself up to get out there, honestly.
Traditionally wearing 2, today wearing 17. Amir Morris.
Yeah, he's limping.
You can
definitely
see the effects of last week. That hard-fought win over the Octane.
And again, the one story that I'm really seeing is this Hawks, though the score is what it is, this Hawks team is not a run me over kind of team where back in the day, this score would have been 46-6 or 8.
The snap, Bebo for 2, intercepted. It's a dead ball.
It's dead, young man. It's dead. Oh my God. It's dead.
Delron Simmons and the Rooster jawing, but with 6:06 left to go, it's a 20-point game, and with the get back in play, it's up to Bebo and the Hawks to try to get this game closer. The throw right there to Amir Morris, the man who is a highlight maker. We saw him do some up-top chicken boxes in Week 1. He played a vital role for the BIC in 2024. But right now, as we get ready, heading into 4 o'clock, we want you to be a part of this conversation on social media. Follow us at A7FL or search the A7FL on your favorite social media platform with highlights, scores, you, and more. If you follow us on social media, 46-26 your score. Matt Ryan joined alongside Big Rob Fabian. And at the top of the hour, we'll be live on A7FL TV, on Fox Soul, on Triller TV Plus, Fight 24/7. And also on A7FL.TV and internationally on DAZN. It's going to be a big time and a big game, but right now, the Heathens trying to hold on and walk out with their first win in A7FL history as they lead 46-26 with 6:06 left on the clock. Rob, right now, the Heathens got caught on their back foot on that last drive. Timeout called by the Hawks. That's their first timeout, burning one here, as it looks like they might make some changes to try and get a better get-back team.
To go out there and help them out, because, I mean, hopefully they don't got the mean Dean out there, Patrick Dean, who's, again, another standout star player right now. These guys look amazing.
Get your fan gear today. Don't just watch the game, wear the game. Go to A7FLshop.com. That's A7FLshop.com to get the official gear of A7FL fans from Champ's House. That's A7FLshop.com or scan the QR code. Dress like a champ. Go to A7FLshop.com. And here's an opportunity for the Hawks to try and get the get back. That bounces and it will be a dead ball run. Another missed opportunity for this Hawks defense.
And I have to just assume that Troy Smith is hurt or something, because he was launching that ball for the 3-on-1, and now they haven't been able to get it going. All the things that were working right in the first half have not worked in the second at all.
I think just the Heathens took the momentum, caught the Hawks on their back foot, and when you're playing against a team of veterans who play a specific style, and you're trying to do basically a new offense, because the Hawks offense predominantly running up until this year, and now there's Mitchell running down past the 50-yard line, and the Heathens will get the ball in great territory here in the fourth quarter.
And it's almost like, hey, man, we've seen a guy like Burrows before, but I'm guessing they don't have the personnel to really deal with him. Like, those got most of those vets that are on the Hawks have seen Burrows before. He is not a brand new prototype.
He
It's
played
just
for
a
the Bucks
very
last year.
effective. Yeah, it's a very effective style in A7. Very effective. You see different versions of it. Now you have Momo back there, quarterback. Yikes.
Momo in now, maybe taking
Collins at running back.
Collins running very much like the bowling ball on the Insomniacs. Just grinding on through. And it will be second down after the gain of about 5. At 4 o'clock, it'll be the Battle of Patterson, the 2025 edition, as the Silk City Animals, David Tender, Quani Morgan, Manny Diaz and company, go up against the Patterson U, Quattrell Huffin, and a team of veteran stars, including Jason Sisson. That kicks off live at 4 p.m., throws off, more importantly, at 4 p.m. right here on A7FL TV. Join us for more information. Go to a7fl.com/watch. Brunel in motion. The handoff from Morales.
My goodness.
Sir! He's just moving the pile.
Goodness.
He creates the pile.
Whoa.
A little much. Right call. Throw the flag. Get him out.
Yeah, he has to go.
And the Hawks open.
Oh, my. You hate to see it.
Not what you want to see at all.
And honestly, it's a very bad look for the Hawks, who are.
Yeah. That's a custom Funko Pop. But we cut away from the live action. We'll cut back in a second. We'll take a brief time out. It's the A7FL Games of the Week on A7FL TV. Matt Ryan here with you on the A7FL Games of the Week, joined alongside Big Rob Fabian. And this game is over following the incident. Luckily, hands have been shaken, sides have been cleared. We'll have more on that. But this game, following the incident, has been called. Not enough time left on the scoreboard. Both sides agree. 46-26 will be your final. And if you want to talk about it, go to a7fl.com/chat. That's a7fl.com/chat. Or if you want to talk to me about the Grand National Tour or anything like that, we can get on down in the chat, a7fl.com/chat. And folks, this game is over, but we'll be back with you at the top of the hour with our 4 o'clock game. The Animals will take on the Patterson U in the 2025 Battle of Patterson. And that one's going to be a big matchup. Rob, you were excited for that one. You were excited to see Tender versus Huff, a matchup we've been wanting to see since the schedule dropped. What a day, what a game that's going to be. And the Hawks and the Heathens had a tough matchup here. But let's take a look at the stats. 216 passing yards for the Hawks. Not a bad stat line on the day for either side. It was just the big stat, return yards, 206, 105. Yeah. And technically that should be 2 turnovers on that one. Your final score, 36-26. As we are here live in Asbury Park. And Big Day today, Burrows may not have broken the stat sheet on rushing, but did enough on both sides of the ball to be a problem and a disruption and expose a lot of the weakness in that Hawks defense.
Yeah, I'm very proud of Burrows coming out the way he did. Very explosive. He's showing that he's going to be a major threat to any team that has to deal with him. And again, this was more so they just faced the U last week. Okay, you get a taste of that. Now you get the Hawks, very seasoned team, very full of vets. You're able to beat them 46-26. This is the game they needed to work out the kinks. Because against the U, was it against the U or the Watchmen that they played last week? Watchmen. Against the Watchmen, it's not, you can't really get the kinks out. You have to do what you think you can do and all the good stuff. But against the Hawks, you got to really develop that offense that's going to get y'all to the promised land, honestly. And right now, when I'm looking at Captain America, Mr. Burrows, behind him, those guys can really get it done. And then you got Patrick Dean, standout today, showed out, got a return touchdown, showing off that speed. So the Heathens are a team to really be mindful of in these upcoming weeks.
And in the next couple of weeks, they have a matchup with the DC Buzz next week in Maryland. And then they return on April 13th. They have a bye week. They will come back against the Watchmen. And against, this could be a big opportunity for them to really show what they can do. And Rob, as we end this game and get ready for our 4 o'clock game, if you're the Hawks, the lessons from this are you need as many options as you can to set up this offense. They have the weapons. They have the time. It's a play calling issue, man. They gotta figure it out. I don't know if they came in thinking, oh, it's the Heathens, we got this, and didn't develop a play, some designated go-to plays that should be working for them. I feel like they threw the playbook away. I feel like they threw the game plan away and didn't pick it up till second quarter. So that's not going to work. It's conceivable that the Heathens walk out of this season 3-3. Next week they have the Buzz. They return against the Watchmen. Then they have the Octane and the Animals. So we might see.
That Animals game might be one to watch. I'm not going to lie to you. The Animals game might be one to watch.
That's going to be a fun one for sure. That's going to be their final game of the season. And
a lot of playoff implications in that game. I'm calling it now.
We'll take a brief time out, and when we return, we'll have highlights and get you ready for our 4 o'clock game. Your final score here from Asbury, 46-26. Head on over to a7fl.com/chat. Hang out with me and Rob. We'll get ready for 4 o'clock next. Welcome back to the A7FL Games of the Week. Let's go to highlights. And we'll take a brief time out. Enjoy the highlights, folks, and we'll be back with you in just 10.5 minutes as we get you ready for our 4 o'clock game. Take a look as the Renegades got the win in Indianapolis. The Hawks take the loss in Asbury, 46-36 to the Virginia Heathens. We'll give you scores around the league and more when we come back. Enjoy the highlights, folks. Welcome back to the A7FL Games of the Week. We prepare for the top of the hour when it will be the Animals taking on the Patterson U. And joining us here on the post-game show is a guy who his knee's hurting, but we still got him. It's Corey Hammond. Hey, Corey, how you feeling out there?
Well, I'm not smart enough to realize whether I'm hurt or not. The knee is yelling at me. I don't know what language it's speaking, so I can't understand it. But shout outs to the Virginia Heathens, James Mitchell, Ryan Burrows, whoever that other wide receiver is, and you know who I'm talking about. But they fought hard. They got the victory. Shout outs to my Hawks teammates. We got to refocus. We got to get back to work next week. But overall a good game. I wish I could have finished it, but I know you guys know that I'm not smart enough to not walk off the field, even if it's hurting me. So I'll ice this thing, and we'll see what we got next week.
And as we prepare for the 4 o'clock game, we take a look back at when the BIC right now, they're in Cincinnati. They are playing the QC Crush, and that is a toss to Trey Robinson. And Trey Robinson juts to the outside. As action is live, we take a look at Cincinnati. And we can, we lose connection a little bit there. And we see with the BIC with the ball, first quarter action. And Codrington snaps. He rolls to his left. Codrington will get on his bicycle. Sterry Codrington gets inside the 10-5, tosses it back, breaks the signal, breaks the ball, and it's fallen down. Who got it? And it's the Crush ball. As Codrington tosses out, we are experiencing technical difficulties, but what a big play as the BIC lose the ball. I'm trying to figure out who has the ball, as the referees initially called it for the Crush. And
Man.
First down for the QC Crush. Rob Fabian back here with us. And Sterry getting the ball out, but that second toss back, quite a problem, as the Crush will get the ball and start with.
Might have to blame the weather conditions for that one again. But, bonehead play, maybe try to extend it a little bit. It happens. What's going on, Corey?
How are you, my friend? Been a while.
Been a long while, man.
Yeah, last time you talked about me, I was 73 years old. I didn't miss that.
I didn't say that. Somebody wrote it on the graphic and I read it.
Rob, you know that you didn't put the graphic up, but you were the one laughing. You're the one who takes the blame in the booth.
I know. How does it feel being 75? I mean 73.
And a flag called on the play. And that might be a safety.
Oh, yeah.
The Crush might have given the BIC 2 points, and accidental safety seemed to be the theme of the day, gentlemen.
Yeah, that was wild.
As the weather in Cincinnati is making our signal fight for every yard.
Corey. What was going on with the play calling, buddy?
I wouldn't address the play calling specifically. I mean, the Hawks, we're still working into full 100% running on all full cylinders. I tried to get your boy Halato, I call him Delron, the ball. Shout out to the Heathens. They had a pretty decent scouting report. They were on the run, and then the pass was there.
It was a lot of drops, a lot of
the timing on. Yeah, go ahead.
Where was Chick and Troy?
I mean, listen, the timing, we're getting close. I mean, Chick Chick wasn't 100%.
Right.
Troy wasn't 100%. Zuriel, who is an absolute phenom, ready to happen, but he's traditionally more of a running back, so he's making
Number
plays.
11.
I mean, a lot of guys were wearing a number 11. We don't have to talk about
Right.
jerseys, but yeah,
Yeah.
you know who Zuriel Wright is Zaki's younger brother, and he's
Yeah.
got the speed. He was open at the end of the second half. I thought I hit him on a fade route that was a tough catch. We missed it.
I call him
You
halftime
know
because half the time he was good and half the time he was bad. Some of those plays he was supposed to catch him, and he had me wondering whether he was going to do the right thing at certain points when you throw him the ball or even on some of the runs. It's like man, he might do it. Not this time. The next time he does it. Then the next time he does it. Then the next time he does it. It was a lot of 50-50 with that young man.
In the air. Oh no! Oh, the ball's loose in the end zone. Oh, they'll call it a safety. Flag on the play, but we're preparing for the top of the hour. We're riding with you for the next few minutes, and then we'll take a break. You can follow this action along on A7FL.tv. We start anew with the Animals in the U at 4 p.m. That is a can't-miss matchup. David Tender going up against Quattrell Huffin in what could be game of the year, and it's our early season as we get ready for our next game at 4 o'clock. The BIC now lead 2-0. In the A7FL, it was the Renegades walking into Cincinnati and beating the Indianapolis Octane on neutral ground in the Midwest. They set it up to go 1-1. The Hawks fall to 1-1, and the Heathens get their first win. They won 46-26 in our first game of the week game. And BIC lead against the Crush, and a little bit later on today, we'll see the Silver State Stealth for the first time in the A7FL, as they will be in action a little bit later on this week on the A7FL Nevada broadcasts. We're watching on A7FL.com/watch. You go to A7FL.com/watch, and when we return a little bit later on today at the top of the hour, the Stealth will take on the Hunters out west, and the Sick With It will take on the Vegas Gold. And we will have a lot more action against the Animals and the U. You can head to A7FL.com/watch. A 3-on-1 return for the BIC. Slipping, sliding, and moving around there as we prepare for the top of the hour. And the Animals taking on the Patterson U. I want predictions right now, guys. Who you think is going to walk out? Will it be the U or will the Animals do what we talked about, Corey Hammond, on A7FL in Motion in our Hot Take segment, where they beat a former A7FL champion?
I'll start it off because, I respect what the Animals are building. I really love the way David Tender plays the quarterback position in our league. He's kind of elevating it from, me being 73 years old and what I'm able to do. David Tender is a special player. Manny Diaz is a great wide receiver. They got a lot of talent. Don't count the U out. That's my pick. I'm going to praise the Animals up and down, left and right. U. That's my pick. Rob.
And Rob, with 1 minute left to go, who do you got? Yeah, we'll get his prediction at the top of the hour. We'll start the show. We'll start the games of the week with who we think Big Rob Fabian's going to walk out of the battle. Patterson undefeated. Two undefeated teams in the A7FL facing off when we return at the top of the hour. It'll be the Animals taking on the U. Tender versus Huff. Heavyweight quarterbacks. Heavyweight fight. Who will be at the top of the Eastern Conference? We'll find out at the top of the hour.